We sure aren't. Okay, this should be better. Hopefully. You guys can actually hear me now. Let's go see if I can actually get myself on screen for you illustrious folks. Boop. Hello, hello. Oh my. It's been such a while since I've streamed. I feel like there's a frog caught in my throat. Like, what do I say? What do I say? Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Luminous Peak, and I'm your friendly neighborhood fae on sabbatical. Here to study all the cool things you humans do while I'm on break. And hi Cheza, how are you? Hopefully you're doing well. I haven't streamed in what feels like forever. I think factually it has been 2.5 weeks, but what it actually feels like is forever. Life has been happening, maybe 3.5 weeks. I think my math is off. It might be 3.5 weeks. Life has been lifing. Packing like a psycho. Fair. I will be in your shoes very soon. One of the ups and downs of my life is that I am, in fact, going on a trip. So that is gonna be a time. Lumi, yes, Lemon. Yes, Lemon, it's me. Although it hasn't been that long since I've seen you. It's been a time. As you can see from the title of the stream, low energy build stream, that is in fact what we are doing today. I am here. My body is physically here. I have my hydration liquid. And I'm going to try to be an entity that is alive and maybe not thriving, but we're going to strive for it as well as possible. In terms of trip things, I am going to be packing like a maniac soon. I am going to visit family. It's not like a vacation truly or anything. However, I will be gone for a little while. And I didn't want there to be another week where I don't get a stream in. You're on mute because I am already in hell. There are too many noises and it is a problem. That is okay. That is okay. Hopefully you can enjoy looking at the builds once we get things started. But yes, I am going to try really hard not to talk at everyone forever. It's just been a time. And I feel like it would be rude to just swap over to my keyboard screen and start there, right? We usually do a little powwow before we go over. Oh, I wanted to stop in and say hi, I love you. I love you too, Lemon. Thank you so much for the tithe. I am in desperate need of energy, so that is working in my favor right now. I will also hydrate as well. We will be taking a swig from our hydration liquid, which today is not alcohol. It is, in fact, water. Redeeming third. No one redeemed first. I know, other people are usually quick on the draw if they're here. Congratulations on third in advance. Taking bronze, I don't snipe gold and dip. You should have just taken gold and dipped. You should have actually just done that. You're too nice. That's the actual problem, Lemon. You're too nice. You should have just done it. I think you're the only person who would not do it without hesitation. If Karisu was here, he would take it. If 16-bit was here, he would take it. If Deco was here, she would take it. You're the only person who's like, let me allow someone else to take the gold. I have told you this before, but Lemon, you are allowed to have nice things. Please try to remember that. Okay. I feel like I can, in fact, discuss ups and downs while I have the camera on, while we are discussing builds. So I won't hang around on this screen for too long unless someone has something specific they want to say. I'll give it maybe a moment or two before I swap, just in case. I've actually had people tell me, hey, whenever you're already in the middle of doing something, I feel uncomfortable just like bursting in and talking about whatever it is I'm doing. Don't feel bad. I am just a random fae on the internet. We can't all be available at the same time. If you don't tell me while I'm available, then when will you, right? When will you? These are the real questions. So just to give like a little dip, a small summary before we get into more details. Oh, wow. This has been a crazy week. I've had some D&D things going on, which are good. I've had friends having surgeries, which is ultimately good, but also still very much of a hindrance. I have had essentially a theft incident happen to my roomie, and they were concerned that they might lose their job over it. So that was very bad. And then it turned out that whoever it was that committed the thievery returned the things some way or another, or abandoned the things and someone else found them and returned them. We're not 100% sure. I managed to go to a cool oddities expo, and then I cut my eye with a contact while I was there. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We have not had any type of relief. A friend of mine got good news. They are going to a convention in London that they thought they weren't going to be able to make. And then the bad news ended up becoming that they weren't sure if they were going to be able to pay to go, even though they bought the tickets. It was a postponed COVID event that's several years in the making. Managed to get that settled. I am going on a small trip, but expenses have come up. Going to the ER for cutting your eye. Expensive. I live in America. Follow-up exam also cost. Just for them to tell me, yes, everything is healing fine. Just take it easy on your eye for another week or two. I think that's going to cost me, with some coverage, I'll say with a lot of coverage compared to some people, that's going to cost me like $200 on top of the initial ER trip. It's just been a time. I'm in the position to deal with things and actually get them going. So I can't complain too much. There are people who could be facing these things who don't have like a support system to help them get things done, but it's still up and down, up and down, up and down. The family trip I'm taking with my mother, the good news, we had the money to pull together to go. The downside, she doesn't know how to plan anything. Mama Lumi, doesn't know how to plan anything. And I feel like that's the overview. That's the overview. Some other things have happened, but I feel like we can get into it in a bit. It's just been a very up and down month. Can I even say, I can't even say like summer. It's only been the last month. So it's just been a time. Also, keyboard news. They're keyboard news. I wanted to start doing group buy reviews to see like what projects and stuff were coming up in the community. But that's also tough. Generally tough because I guess just you have to actually be able to stream to do that. Not being able to open my eye for a week, nuts. Work projects that needed to be done despite injuries because they're on a timetable. When I say up and down roller coaster, I mean it. But that's the overview. Hello, clownfish. How are you? So that is why I've been gone. I have things I want to catch up on. Like I was saying, the GB reviews. I actually hit 150 followers, so I do have like a giveaway that I want to do with some keycaps, and there is actually a keyboard that I would like to give away to someone, a lucky someone. So I have not forgotten that. I just have to get organized to do it. Sorry to hear it's been a rough little bit for it's been a time. Nothing unmanageable, but just the management gets in the way of other things. I've been holding off on building this board for so long because of all the things that have been happening. But hopefully we can get it done today. The Haven TKL is a lovely board that does not seem too complicated to put together. So hopefully I'll be able to do so. I am flying blind today on this board. I have in fact watched several build videos for this board. But given everything that has happened, what I can tell you is that my braid is smooth and I probably have not retained the majority of what I have watched. So that's got to be at least 4 hours down the drain. But I'm not above, getting my hands dirty, making some hopefully not fatal mistakes. I don't think it's that complicated because you can actually top mount this thing if I recall correctly. So free stuff, good? Yes, absolutely. I've got several keycap sets just to review some things. And then I have a KBD 67 light that I'll be giving away. I think the winner will end up paying shipping, but that pales in comparison to the cost of the full board. The board will also have switches in it. It may be a full build. I think I have enough keycap sets to actually just fully build it and do it that way. Oh, that's generous. Yeah, I have so many boards, and also I want people to be able to try things without having to go all into the hobby. I went all in starting. I'm a keyboard degenerate at this point, despite the fact that I'm not like an expert or anything. And this shit is expensive. But I want people to be able to dabble and at least have something hot swappable they can try out different switches in. If you've already got the board and you just want to see what kind of feel you like, it's much less expensive. So hopefully we can get somebody in that position. Denko, I see you. Yes, you redeemed first. Lemon was super nice and did not redeem first. I told her she was the only person who would not do that. Everyone else would redeem first. Okay. This is going to be a low energy stream just because I am between a rock and a hard place so far as work has been. Things are done. It's just stressful getting things done. So we're just going to take it easy. I'm going to build the board, take my time, and try not to rush. I do have something new happening with the channel points today. I have an interesting getting to know strangers card deck with some interesting questions. If you're interested in redeeming your points to have me answer questions, feel free to redeem and we'll answer some questions. Thank you for the tithe, Denko. Not a hobby for the unemployed. It sure isn't. It sure isn't. When I transitioned to virtual work, that made it very easy for me to immediately capitalize on the commute funds that I was making. And that is the reason why I'm in the position I'm in to have what I have. This year, I bought probably like half as many, maybe less than half as many boards as I bought last year. I went kind of crazy and I can't do that anymore. I cannot do the weirder flex yet. Feels bad. Don't feel bad. I think it's hilarious because you weren't the only one who's talked about wanting to get to that in-stream weird flex, weirdest flex. I did turn off a couple of things for this stream. I cannot do a tarot reading today. The energy is not there. I did not want anyone to end the stream today because I want to build this board. So those two are disabled, but everything else is here. Plus the questions, the pull a card, answer a question thing. All right, I think that is pretty much just the overview. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy that I had the time and space to turn my computer on and hit go live. I can't even change title. Feels poor me. No, don't think about it like that. You guys will get there eventually. I almost set the change the stream title lower, but I know people who would change it. Literally every chance they get, they would just actually do it. Denko knows who 180 is. 180 absolutely would change it 4 times a stream if he were here and he had the points. So I actually just had to make that not a possibility for him. Only 2.8k. That's quite a bit, to be honest. I've done some behind the scenes changing every once in a while because I wonder, are my prices too high? But my streams are usually 3 or 4 hours at a time when I do streams, so I did some maths. If it feels unreasonable though, absolutely let me know. We don't have to be poor out here forever, you know. All right, let me go ahead and swap. I'm gonna have to put some music on. I have no clue what music is on this screen. Let's see together. All right, good news. I actually did turn it off. Let's do, I'm gonna do some mellow stuff. I think I spent a couple streams back, to be honest, but I'm not sure. Given the time I've had, I could actually, oh, that feels, is that loud to you guys? Maybe it's only loud to me. It might just be me. It might just be my volume. I can actually look at the queue if you're that curious to see if you spent a bunch. The 70 looks nice. Thank you. This is Kair. I love him. I've been swapping boards like crazy the last couple of weeks. I haven't been able to settle on anything that looks nice or feels nice enough to me. I don't know. Sometimes my hands just want a different feel. But yes, I love this. There's a story behind this. This is one of the downs. One of the downs I experienced. This is the XOX. XOX, yes. XOX 70. And I went through an ordeal. This has CIY Sakura switches. And it's topped with this is one of the Osume sets. And if I recall correctly, normally this board is a crazy amount. Like, we're talking almost 500. But I got it. It was on 50% off sale for novelties, which is a crazy story. I've told this on stream before, but to just wrap it up very nicely. Essentially, I ordered this board from Mexico. So when Mexico went under, I did not get this board. It was picked up by Novelkeys, but I missed the form submission date by 1 day. It was less than a day, actually. Like, they had just closed it. And I emailed them and was like, hey, are you willing to make an exception? And they were like, no. And I was like, fair play, cool. But what I'm not going to do is pay twice in full for this board, so I'm not. And when it went on sale, I think in June, or I think it was June, May or June, that it went on sale for like 50% off. Maybe like the end of June, beginning of July for the holiday. I was like, well, if I'm gonna buy it again, this would be the time. Because what I'm not gonna do is pay full price for it ever again. So like once it goes up, back up to full price, like I'm literally not gonna get it. So I hem and hawed about it and talked to my friendos. And they were like, you wanted it, just go ahead and get it. So I said, YOLO, fuck it. And went ahead and did it. And I do love him. I love this board. The sound profile is a little weird because the CIY switches are so deep. So you pay like 6 bills for it. It depends on which bills. Oh no. I mean, I keep a spreadsheet with all of the information about my boards on them. And I do in fact have literally got robbed next to where this board is listed. But I mean, you know, it just, if I can't have humor about it, then like, I made the decision, right? I decided to buy it, so it is what it is. I can't really complain that much. It is what it is. Okay, let's get this bad boy out of the way. If you have not seen from the today command or the build command, it should be either one. We are building the Haven TKL. It should be in the title. I'm too tired to look. Should be there though. I opened the package to take the boxes out of like the package so I don't like dox my own address, but I have not actually opened these packages yet. I know what we're gonna do is start with the stabs like we always do, but I kind of want to open the box just to show you guys what the box looks like. So here we go. And I had to be a little sneaky today. I am wearing a hat and a face mask because this board is shiny, and you will be able to see my face in the reflection. It's not a super huge deal if you do, but you know, I figured I'd put a little bit of effort into it. So this is the box that it came in. Very pretty. If you've seen someone unbox this board before, sure, I'm sure that you've seen this before, but a lot of my viewers are not keyboard people. So here we go. If I recall correctly, you can slip this off and then there's kind of like a drawer mechanism. There's so much friction. Can I get this off without? Okay, here we go. I tend to be a package ripper most of the time, but this is so beautiful. I mean, like, you get to see, this is the structure architecturally that inspired the board. It's so lovely. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this box. I hate when keyboards come in these like really lovely packaging because it's like, am I gonna keep it? I've kept a couple boxes that some of my boards have come in, but mostly because, and when I say a couple, I mean like maybe 3 or 4. It's usually because I'm considering the possibility of selling it in the future. Oh, they changed the presentation for this one. Oh, maybe it's the SSE that has like the fancy drawer one, or maybe they redesigned it since people were having difficulty with it. I heard that people were having difficulty with it. All right, so let's do that. This is surprisingly, this was not as hard to lift out of the box as I thought it was going to be. All right. I think the only one I kept was if they didn't come with a carry case. Because I started acquiring boards some time ago, quite a few of mine, the earlier ones anyway, didn't come with hard cases. I'm so glad they started doing that as a trend. So I got this silver one. I think it's called Milkyway is the colorway name. And flipping it over, we've got this lovely silverback. And we also have a peak of red here, which is hella dope. This is why I ended up matching. The keycaps we're putting on this will be MW Evil AI. We're also putting BSUN Roselle switches in here. So that is supposed to match the red components. This is so pretty. And I think the weights on the inside, yes, also, yeah. You could definitely see me in there. And this is why, for once, usually if it's like very minimal, I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever. If it flashes a bit of my face, it's fine. But with this one, it was so shiny, I knew you'd be able to see me, absolutely. Okay, yeah, that was a bad explanation. I bought a bunch of cases too for boards that, yeah. I actually need to get another case for, I have the capsule. I need a case for that. And I also need a case for the Matra Alice 90, the red board, I cannot keep that big ass case. I absolutely cannot. Some layouts are just hard to find a case. Those are when I save the box. Yeah. It's so inconvenient. The boxes are so inconvenient for travel though. But yeah, my 70% had such a rough time. A couple of them had rough times with cases. I also have the Wind X. Having a case for the Wind X is crazy because it's 65 plus numpad. Keychron has cases for pretty much any layout though. That is a good tip. Thank you for telling me that. I will actually search their site and see if I can find something. Assuming that it doesn't cost an arm or a leg, I might pick up a couple. I need 265 cases, and I've got something that's working for the Windex for now, so I guess I'll leave that. I had to just like cut up a bunch of foam from some other packaging and dump it in there. That's what I use for the Win 98. I didn't realize that I wasn't followed yet. Miles, how are you? It's good to see you. First time chatter too. I think they're like $30. $30 is pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. I guess we'll get the boring part out of the way. Go with some stabs. We're going with, I'm pretty sure that board is a 7U set. I'm pretty sure it's traditional TKL. I will actually double check just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure. Real quick. Yeah, it looks like it's got Sangan bottom row. Making sure. Yeah, okay. So that should be 7U. So we should be covered. Good to catch your stream. Good to see you. I feel bad that you're catching me on such a low energy day. Just because, like, the life has been kicking me in the actual ass. I think I can actually use these and just pull the space bar wire from this one. And some of these were lubed up already. But I guess this is just what life is like today. I believe I've got enough screws and everything. There should be. There's a completed stab in here. Huh. I'm guessing I prepped too many on a build and just had an extra. Sure. Cool. Why not? Nah, I get it. Yes. I miss streaming so much. I love talking to you guys. I enjoy just hanging out and doing my thing and showing people things and building while you guys are watching me fuck everything. Okay. So if I recall correctly, we'll need 5 sets of these. So I can count. I promise. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then 10. Cool. I decided to go with these today. For anybody who doesn't know, there are stabilizers that are made by certain companies that are known and reputable for being really good to work with. And you can also kind of like DIY it with cheap ones that are pretty good that might need some tweaking. These are Owlab stabs. If you don't know what a stabilizer is, it is the wire that, in a mechanical keyboard at least, goes underneath your longer keys. So your space bar, your shifts, and your backspace. Those kind of things. I literally just said I could count and then stop counting. 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 2 more for 10. Do I have 2 more in here? I sure do. That should empty the whole case. Cool. And I just realized I don't need 10 because I have the extra one here. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I am just the smartest. Good Lord. Alrighty. That's fine. Have you built mini keyboards on stream? I sure have, although you might not be able to tell based on how much I struggle. I've definitely built at least 10 boards on stream. At least 10. So if you have any questions about the process, because I realize there's always a mix of new folks and old folks in here, feel free to ask me any questions. Sometimes I kind of just like explain what's happening anyway, just for everyone's benefit, but you know. I will mention to you, Miles, that I have a special point redeem today for folks who want to ask me questions. I also feel like I should maybe change the cost of that. I don't remember how many points you start off with in a channel if you've never visited before. Maybe it is prohibitive to new folks. Let's see. Is this 205? Yeah, that's 205. I had to make sure. Why do I have more than one? Alrighty, cool. And then we've got more lube. We're lubing up some switches. That's what we do here. You start with around 300 points. Oh, that's gross. That's gross. No, I have to change that immediately. Hang on. I'm always lurking, so I like literally never pay attention to what you start with ever. I am literally just here, a humble viewer doing my thing to support people from the shadows. 300 for following. That's trash. I promise I'm an extrovert. I promise I am. It's just streaming. I am usually watching other people's streams while I'm working. All right, here we go. I'm changing that immediately. That is a crazy number for crazy low for new follows. How about we make it 30? There we go. Hopefully that will update. You guys might have to refresh maybe. Okay, that should be it. That should be it. That's nuts. 300? Like what do they expect people to do with those? I mean, I know you don't want people to like spam emotes or whatever, but that's criminally low. Criminally low. All right. I'm glad that I asked. You guys are teaching me things too every day. All right. So yes, I have cards here that I can pull to answer questions. I will actually just pull one for free. These are like one of those get to know you stranger deck kind of things. I use these for writing. I write a lot. They help make my characters and their relationships seem like a little more natural, realistic. But they're really good for other stuff too. I've like played games with friends where we just go back and forth answering questions. So as an example, before I start lubing, I'm gonna pull one and answer it just as a freebie. So this says, this is a dual question that isn't just aimed at me. What do you think is one thing that we surprisingly have in common? If we're talking about chat, I'm not sure. Everyone in chat is different, obviously, but I suppose the mass of chat, what always surprises me is people being cool with all of the ridiculous, dirty jokes. Eternally lurking, please do your thing. Please, we appreciate our lurkers here. So yeah, I am always surprised at how welcoming people are to all the crazy lube switch, putting things into other things type jokes that we make over here in these parts. Do I have a lube on my... I have like a little palette here. Oh, I do. Cool. So I don't even have to Mess around with that. Cool. Also, I've said this on a few different streams, but I suppose whether or not you're paying attention, you know, depends on how often you're here. But I have talked about the quite perverse writing that I do. I've had a couple people come into stream and they're just like, wow, I saw your tweets and you're just here building a board. You're just here building a keyboard. I've seen you simp over eldritch monsters in your tweets. I don't know. I thought you were just gonna like, I don't know, be awful on stream. Or I thought you were just gonna be like playing porn games or something. I've legitimately had someone DM me that. Well, it wasn't a DM. It was like a whisper on Twitch, literally. I'm surprised. Lubrication. Yes, Vesper. We are here for lubrication. Literally was just talking about people being cool with the lubrication jokes, with the sex jokes in general, honestly. I've got this deck of cards here. There should be a redeemable like a point redeem for asking questions. I changed the cost of it from 300 to 30, so I don't know how quickly Twitch updates those, but hopefully I wouldn't have to restart stream to get that to happen. If Twitch actually does it, you can just shout at me that it's time to answer a question. I'll forego the points entirely if it's like being that much of a dick about it. It's not that big a deal. I can confirm that Lumi writes a good shit. Denko, no. I don't know if I would say good shit, but I do be writing shit. That is true. For anyone who has just joined us, people who are lurking, who are not familiar with boards, people who are new and just want to know what the heck is going on in this stream, I am building a keyboard. If you are familiar with boards, you can hit the ! today command or the ! build command, and that'll tell you what we're building. But just to go over it, this board is called the Haven TKL. You can see in the title. A TKL is a board that has all of the keys except the numpad. So TKL stands for 10 keyless. And one of the first things you do when building a board is lubricating your stabilizers and putting them together. Stabilizers are the long wire structures that go underneath long keys on your keyboard. So we're talking the enter, the backspace, the space button, and your shifts. I need to get to the thing you sent me, but yes, we write the bad things. Stream safe for work things. The question I was answering from the deck, Denko, was in fact that, what is it that me, and I suppose chat would have in common? And I said it's that we share similar senses of humor. You'd be surprised how many people in the keyboard space are degenerates, or how many degenerates are fond of the idea of mechanical keyboards. I know that there are like weeaboos in the hobby and whatnot. That doesn't surprise me at all. But I am shocked with the hobby, like the keyboard hobby being majority men, that a lot of the folks that have come to my other streams, like my reading streams, or even just like chatting streams, that they're like cool with me just being my corny, perverse self on stream. That's very nice. Usually those spaces don't mix as well, so that's always surprisingly good. You're going to use full shift to shame. I'm pretty sure I'm locked into it because I have the hot swap PCB, but I usually do full shift. I am usually a full shift girly, unless like the PCB layout is completely different. This is true. The humorous speak. Top 10 funniest. You gotta be crazy, Dicko. You gotta be crazy. Making sure that all of the parts slip and slide is not good humor. It is degenerate humor. Let's start slipping these parts into the things. Did I even look to see which side is the correct side? I sure didn't. Why would I do that? I also just have to take my time because like my eyes are mostly recovered. Like there's no issue with keeping them open, but I do think I have some very mild vision damage from the contact scratch from earlier. Like when I go to get my prescription, I think it'll be a bit different. I'm not sure like how long that's gonna last or anything. They said I was recovering well in terms of the physical wound, so we'll just have to see. But just if you see me looking up close at anything, or if it seems like I'm taking a while to examine something, that's exactly why. I did only scratch one eye, but still makes it tough. I feel like 2.75U shift is warped warped worse than the space bars in a lot of my sets. You know, I don't think that that's wrong. I think that that is also my experience. But I don't know. Unless the warping is really bad, it doesn't tend to bother me. So sometimes I just full steam ahead regardless. Like it gets overlooked in QC. Yeah, I agree. I feel like I have too few GMK sets that I've examined closely to like really know. But when it comes to some other stuff, I've got some nice PBT sets. I've got some Infinity sets. I've also got I've got quite a few Milkyway MW sets at this point. I do think that it's a struggle, that particular key. But I don't think I've had one that was just like so bad that I was like, I just can't, like this is, looking at it will ruin my day. So I just try not to think about it too hard, to be honest. I try to buy into the aesthetic that I want my board to have enough to overcome those kind of issues. But we'll see with this set. I actually have not unboxed this set at all. I'll be cutting it open for the first time, so we'll see. This is a MW set, so we'll see how it goes. I'll try to remember to keep my eye on it. Oh, please, the angle. Good Lord. Get in there. Thank you. I don't know what me being crazy has to do with you being funny. I actually think that has a lot to do with that. Denko, you're literally a yandere. I don't think you're gonna beat the allegations that you being crazy literally is directly correlated to how funny you think I am. Like, I think it's literally a line graph. That shit is proportional. And Vesper, the today command and the build command give you the exact same thing. It was just easier to have them map to each other so that on days when I build, people who come in and use build, they get the same thing. Because keep heads are used to the exclamation point build command. And I don't want to have to edit 2 commands every time I stream. Work smarter, not harder. Now you saying no, the correlation is causation in this case. I agree. Denko, I saw you retweet the, this was a while ago, but you definitely retweeted like, it was that series of tweets where that dude was like, I love beautiful women and like I have no morals when it comes to them. You can just tell me what to think. And then someone was like, that's really bad. And the response was like, oh yeah, you're right. I agree. I feel like you're definitely that. You're actually so ride or die that if I told you the sky was green, you'd be like, damn, that's a green ass sky though. And then you would just ask me about it later in private. It's so true, though. Yeah, that's not helping your case, Nico. That's not helping your case. As previously discussed, I mean, you're not like that for everybody. So, you know, it's a limited amount of people who have that, who wield that power. But, you know, the fact that even one person has it is just a little troubling. You know what I mean? So true, bestie. The sky is green. It would have to be a very particular shade of green for me to go along with that, by the way. I'm more likely to tell you the sky is pink or purple. Okay. As much as it pains me to do, because this board is such a work of art, I think I'm gonna actually, for real, properly test these on the PCB to make sure that I actually have things aligned well and there's no ticking. Usually, I don't want to spend 4 hours on a board. So what I will do is I'll push through stream as best I can if something's taking too long, and then I'll tweak it behind the scenes before I do sound tests and stuff. But I think today we're gonna do it the hard way. As much as it pains me, I think we're just gonna do it the hard way. I don't need these yet. All right, so this is a second type of lube for those of you who are lurking. There are multiple types of lube, and they all serve different purposes in terms of building a board. Some people have preferences for lube, but the general point is to allow for smoothness while things are moving up and down, right? That's generally what we're going for. I don't even know why I did that. I should have tested these first. The sky should actually just be purple, though. That would be rad. I do think that would be rad. Not gonna hold you up. I think that would be super rad. Okay. I am double checking to see. It looks like the point redeem did update to 30. So cool. I guess we will attempt this first. It's literally covered in lube. I don't even know. Can I get this off? Because it's just gonna stick to my hands when I go to test. And these are Owlab stabs anyway, so it's not like I can change them, but I can at least figure out if one side functions more than or better than other, if one side has less tick. Oh, you know what? I guess there really is no point in actually testing these properly. Because, like, with these being Owlab stabs, I can't actually adjust them the way I would adjust some other ones. I see. Put myself in a right corner there, huh? Okay. Oh, that's almost actually even on both sides. That's a little rattly. I think that pack had another wire in it too. Let me look and see if the other wire, if one of the other wires is better. I'll actually just use that. Some of these were previously lubricated, I can tell. Okay. So we'll keep that. All right, I'll throw that back in there. All right, so I guess we don't have to go through like super painful testing this time. I did want to try to one and done these. If I were doing these with my like cherry, OG cherry stabilizers, I'd have to test them. But it doesn't seem like that is the case. Good for us. It just means the stream will take a little less long. I feel like this playlist is putting me to sleep. I feel like this playlist is putting me to sleep. Let's see. I think I'm gonna switch it up. I want to hear something a little less sleepy. Well, that is certainly different, isn't it? That is certainly different. I guess we're here now. I do like trap music, so I'm cool with like the little pop of 808s that's in there. Alrighty. So friends near and far, those of you who may be close enough to type while you're lurking, how has the month been for you? How has July been treating you, my friends? In the beginning of stream, I specified that life has been running me ragged. And for those of you who have seen me discussing things on Twitter, you may have seen that I actually just had to not stream for the last couple weeks. The eye injury certainly did not help. I'm gonna coat these a little thicker since they're Owlab stabs. And hopefully that'll give me some decent not ticking situations. Since I can't do much with these. Oh, snap in there. There we go. July has been an issue. You're telling me? I was just hoping everyone was having a better time than me. I truly was wishing that in the cosmos, the rest of you would be spared the hands that life has been having. The month has been monthing, but I have more pages done in the thing. I'm glad that people are making progress with stuff. I did actually make progress with things I was working on earlier in the month while the ups were happening. I finished a 155 page behemoth that I actually feel like I was cooking a little for real. So it was nice to finish a project and feel good about it immediately after my vision became before my vision became impaired. Nah, the summer has hands. I just, my last summer wasn't like this. I had a good summer last summer. So this is, the trend was, I was hoping we would have a better time, And then that's just like, on a personal level. If you live in the US, there's tons and tons of shit happening. Politically and whatnot. I'm gonna recoat these. Not that I'm gonna, encourage discussing, political shit or whatever, but I'm just saying, regardless of how you feel about things, there's just been a lot of activity, and I'll leave it there. I feel like globally things have been popping off as well. So it's just, summer has just been truly a blazing hell of sorts for many folks. Although the surfing event today for the Olympics was hella nice to watch. I had a good time watching that. That was cool. All right. We got that side full of cum. I mean, full of lube. It's not just me, right? Like, I mean, this is a little like too white for cum, right? Like, this is a little too pure looking. It's giving driven snow. But it's still really thick, right? You know what I mean? Sorry, I realized that was like a very non sequitur, but my brain is braining with the texture. The texture is making my brain do things. I would like to stop living through historical events. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, you know, unfortunately, living life is living through historical events. Get back in there. Yeah. All right. Oof. I'm trying not to stain this very pretty desk mat and get all of the lube on the paper towel instead, because it's not gonna come off easily once I get it on there. You're not wrong though. Yeah, I just, you know, I just wish things could chill out for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, can we just have a time where like things are cool? Like, can we just be cool, man? Can we just, not the eagle screech. Did you guys hear that in the song? There was like, oh no, a lube all over my hands. Ah! But the eagle screech on that beat is crazy. That goes dumb. That's so stupid. I love it. It's so stupid. I love it. There was a post on Reddit that was like, what will millennials see in their lives? And the first post was, haven't we seen enough? It's true though. I feel like we've seen, maybe not enough, but we've seen a lot. I feel like I'm not sure if we still quite have anything on like the folks who lived through the dub wars, if you feel what I'm saying. That's a lot to live through in the technology times that they had. So I'm not trying to, you know, suffering Olympics, the lost generation and subsequent generation or anything like that. But I do feel the weariness sometimes. And then pivoting for a moment, being a VTuber in the VTuber community, I feel like every time I open Twitter, something else is happening. Did I prep an extra one? I sure did. Alrighty then. Well, would not be a Lumi stream if I didn't over or under prepare something. So I enjoy interacting with moots on Twitter to, like, you know, look at cool stuff. I like seeing what people are doing with art and characters they make. I enjoy supporting new VTubers who are trying to debut and stuff. But then, like, just like with any community, right? This isn't any different. But then there's the other stuff. Like, you log on and someone else is getting canceled, or someone else has been revealed to do something scumbaggish for nothing, like not even for like any actual real gain. It's like just cause or someone's blowing something out of proportion that should just be a personal issue. I just would like peace, you know? I just want to be a silly little fae online building my keebs and reading stories. You know? Opens Twitter, sees Google Doc, closes Twitter. Yeah, sometimes I feel like that's what it is. Sometimes I do read just to see like what actually are, you know, what is actually going on. But for the most part, there are definitely times where I open I'm just too tired and I just decide, no thank you. Oh, I didn't miscount. I forgot the spacebar. Look at me go. I actually did something correct. Look at me go. Not me being so traumatized, I just assume I did the thing incorrectly. All right. So we got this space bar now. We're here. Why is my mic so high up? It's really high. Has my seat fallen? Probably. It sure has. Okay. So, Good things that have happened. I went to an oddities expo. I mentioned this at the beginning of stream. That was super cool. There were a lot of different artists there selling lots of different bits and bobs. Not in like a whole lot caught my eye, but it was great seeing people there in costume, dressed up, being cool. I was dressed like an egg, like a sunny side up egg. And I actually got a lot of compliments from a bunch of essentially goths who were like, oh yeah, but like at an event like this, you stand out like really well. This is really cool. I'm glad that you can, you know, look bright and shiny and yolky. It was a cool event though. Outside of me scratching the fuck out of my cornea, actually a fun event, would go next year. There was a lot of stuff on sale that I was super interested in. I did get like some stickers, some like a couple of small art pieces. I had a good time. Oddities, yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna try to do FF14 Savage raids today. Oh man, I wish you luck and patience. Oh, we need a little sunshine here. Yeah, so when I say oddities, I mean, you know, preserved or taxidermied animals. Sometimes there was a cool person that did basically like taxidermied animal heads on like doll bodies, but they were dressed like in very regal clothing. They were selling, you know, like touched up, cleaned up animal skulls and things like that for people who want them for decorations or, you know, like whatever. There were a couple of fortune readers up there. Very nice, very nice. Actually got to see a Zoltar booth. You usually see those at like oddity events and things like that. There's usually at least one Zoltar booth where you can put in a coin and like, you know, ask a question and he'll say a phrase about your future. Wait, that's rad. Yeah, it was cool. Other things, just some really dope fucking artists that were up there. There were a couple of pieces and styles I really wanted, but they were like super huge, really big styles, so I couldn't afford them at the sizes they were selling them at. But they sell them for smaller ones online, so I've like looked them up and things. So that's dope. There were a couple of people who there was this girl who basically had like a distorted doll styled to her art, and she had made it into like pins and magnets and stuff like that. And the different like girls had like different color focuses. So there was like a green themed Bride of Frankenstein. There was a girl like in a nurse fit, but it was in like a very baby doll, exaggerated baby doll kind of style. That was super interesting. There were actual real dolls that were there, like harvested porcelain dolls and things like that. A couple of people were selling like just goth clothes. There was the usual corsetry booth where you could like try on a corset or whatever. It was pretty dope. The event was nice. Now that I know what it's about, I would like to go next year. I would like to go next year and have a good time. Okay, so stabs done. And I don't have to double check them because they're Owlab stabs. There's just no way I can bend them or adjust them, so we're stuck with what they are, I guess. So let me grab the PCB. So this is the box that the PCB came in. For anyone who's late, I just want to show like the case that the box for the board came in. It came in this box like this, and then like the box with the keyboard in it was in the middle. So like let me push that up so you can see it. Whoops. So it basically came like this with like a sliver of the box the board was in the middle. And this is freaking dope. So this is the architectural building that the board is inspired by. I forgot what the name of the building is. And I do know where it's located, but I'm just gonna look it up just so that I'm not pronouncing anything super weird. Let's see. Yes, okay, so the Haven TKL It was inspired by, and it's the architect that I wanted to highlight, some of Zaha Hadid's early works as an architecturer. And then it says some of Tham Main's design. Those are the folks. And this is actually the design of a building that had like a VR showroom or something attached to it. And so the shape of the board is inspired by that. I'm gonna bring the board out in a bit so you guys can see it. And maybe I'll bring this back out so you can compare the board's inspiration. But this is one of the things that I love the most about the hobby. You get so much creativity with people being inspired by like hella various things. Okay. So I got a palm plate to go with it, but they also sent me an alu plate, and I'm not gonna lie. Part of me is tempted to just use the alu plate because it's red to match the weight on the back. In fact, let me pull out the PCB really quick. Oh my God, there's so much stuff in here. All the foams. There's so many foams. Good Lord. Okay, and I did order extra stuff, so the extra stuff is in here. I'll figure this out in a bit. What I want to do is pull the board back out so you guys can see it if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream. Vesper, I see you lurking. Have a good lurk. Okay. I gotta put my handy dandy mask on again because you will see my face's reflection in here. Like, it won't be a flash or two. It'll be like the whole thing. There's some shiny bits on this thing. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, not the foam coming out. Okay. Ignore this foam. I'm just gonna pull this out. So this is the board. You can see my little camera up there. And it has this red accent here in the middle section. Let's see, can we get it to focus? Are you gonna focus for me? There we go, that's nice. And then there's also the side profile. I did not show this off before quite. But this is the side profile. So we get that really cool shape here that's inspired by the building. And then here is the back. Yeah. So that's dope. We're still not quite to the point yet where we're using the board, but I just wanted to take it out and show it to folks again in case they were late or they're lurking and I don't know they were late. There you go. See if I can get this to settle back down in there. Oh, there's something about how the foam is sitting on the top. I can't get it to settle. It's like misaligned with the box now. Can I force it down? Kind of. It's fine. We're about to build it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So, PCB time. Since I don't have to do all the fancy testing. Damn, I really wanted to put this on a palm plate. But the red plate design is fire though. It's very fire. Damn. I'm gonna have to make an executive decision. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Make an executive decision. All right, so we're gonna start with screwing in the space bar. Oh, it's been an hour already. Time flies when you are having fun. I am enjoying myself very thoroughly. And it's 7:07. That's my lucky number. Okay, I think that I actually have enough screws for this. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let me put these away. All right. And see whether or not we can get this started. Since we hit the top of the hour and nobody has redeemed a question from the deck, I'm gonna pull another one. And just remind you guys, there is the pull a card for a question, point redeem. These cards are cool. I think they're excellent conversation starters. So I just wanted to show them off on stream. So here we go. Oh, I pulled 2, but this one's visible, so we'll do this. Yeah. This is definitely a relationship question, so I'm gonna put this away. And we'll do this. When do you lie to people and why? I was trying not to drown you in them. I mean, you can, they're there. They're there. That's what they are there for. When do you lie to people and why? So, I personally feel that I lie to people when the result of the lie produces a greater good, and also when I can stomach it. I think that that's very important. One of my pet peeves is, you know what? I gotta cut these. I'm not even gonna try to break it. I'm just gonna use my flesh cutters. So this is gonna sound very villainy of me, but one of my pet peeves is when people can't stand to hold on to their lies, so to speak. So like, if you make the executive decision to lie to someone, it should be because you absolutely can afford to maintain it. And people don't make that assessment very well. They overpromise on what they can actually deliver, even if it's for something small. So I usually lie, 1, when I can commit, 2, when the results produce more positives than, when the positives outweigh how bad I would feel for lying, essentially. Usually these are in situations where I want to induce happy feelings in someone and it doesn't take very much to do that. But this, like I said, the stakes have to be low enough for me to be willing to stand by. If it's something higher stakes, yeah, basically that's what I wanted to do. If it's something higher stakes, then usually I try not to lie at all. I would prefer not to lie, not for real stakes, because honesty and people being able to rely on you for consistency is important. However, I recognize that there are some situations that actually just aren't that serious. Like if someone wants my company at something. Oh, well, that went flying. I'll go get that later. And maybe they're like, hey, do you want to go? Most of the time I will actually answer honestly. But if I know it will make someone happy and I plan on going anyway, then I don't see the point of making them feel bad or guilty because I'm going. And I'll just actually tell them fine. But I, assess those stakes and then do the thing and actually follow through. I feel like a big problem people have is even when it comes to like little white lies, they don't like take responsibility for committing to doing that. So rarely, but usually if the thing is so small and if the thing is so small, it's not related to like professional growth or some attempt to, improve or something. If it literally just like doesn't fucking matter, usually. And I'll say that also changes contextually because certain things mean more to different people, right? So like, I would never lie if my friend asked me, hey, do I look good in this, right? If I know that what they want is my real opinion and that's why they're here with me, then they're gonna get my actual real fucking opinion, because like otherwise it defeats the purpose, right? But if it's like someone I don't know or someone I'm unlikely to encounter in a situation again, it's like, what do I have to lose to impart a little happiness? That kind of thing. Once people actually care about the result of the answer to the question, the stakes of lying become higher and heavier to me personally. I feel like that's the best way to put that. Other than that, I would venture to say that I don't lie much at all. I suppose if we're being technical and we're counting like by omission, then that amount would be a little higher. And usually it's not an outright lie. Because if I'm neglecting to mention something, it's usually because it's not appropriate to bring it up at the time. And I plan on bringing it up at an appropriate time. Like if we're out having a good time and you've expressed that you want to be out having a good time and like something negligible is wrong or something gets on my nerves or something, I would rather wait to talk to you about it later than to discuss it in the moment and ruin your good time. Like if the whole point was for me to be there and be good company, then I feel like that would be betraying the point of being present. And some people would consider that, you know, like lying by omission. So I'm just being specific. Oh my God, please. In terms of a relationship, I would actually try to outline something more formal. Like usually when I'm in relationships with people, I do like check-ins so that we have designated times to like bring up gripes and things like that. Instead of like, you know, the burden of feeling like you have to say everything that's on your chest at the exact moment that you feel it. Because sometimes it's not appropriate or it detracts from the moment, you know. If you're having a romantic time with a friend or a significant other. And you know that you voicing a small complaint would like ruin it because they're like that sensitive or something, then I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I'd wait until the next day, right? Some people would consider that to be lying. So like I said, I'm just throwing that out there contextually. So incredibly valid and also very true. Big same, big same. Yeah. Usually when it comes to telling people how I feel, the problem is people feel like I do it too much. When I talk to folks on a regular basis, what they usually say is that they prefer for me to only bring things up if they're a big deal. Like I've had discussions with friends in the past before where I've brought up issues and their general response has been, oh, would it make sense to like discuss this when we're talking about something that's more serious that's an issue, essentially? And my response is like, no, like why would you wait until you're discussing another issue that you want to be your full focus? Does that make sense? I just if I don't like something, you'll know. That doesn't mean that you have to do something about it or, you know, like it's your job to fix whatever the problem is, but you'll definitely know if there's some shit I don't like. And what I've learned from dealing with people is that when you pretend that things are okay, most people, especially folks who don't know how to socialize, what they'll do is they'll harp on the thing that they think that you like because they feel like it's connected to you in some way, especially if they've had a hard time, like if you're a very particular person or very specific. Once they feel like they've got a thing, they're going to try to stick with the thing. And so if you lead them to believe you like something you don't, then you'll be seeing it for the next 15 years or whatever. And that's a no for me. I can't do that. I've definitely gotten the complaint that I'm too particular, but I would rather you actually have a real idea of what I like than for you to have like a fake idea of something I like and me suffering through something you think where you think you're cooking, but you're not. I was actually talking to Denko about this the other day, because in my general social circles, I'm like the keyboard fae, right? That's me. Keyboard fae, I name all my shit, right? I have a lot of different eclectic eclectic designs, right? I'll get people who send me keyboard stuff just because they see the things like on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. And they're like, ah, yeah, I'm sure that you'll like this because it is checks notes, a keyboard. And my usual response is like, oh, well, I have like very specific, like I'm a custom girly. So there's certain design types that I like or have a favorite size, or they'll send me like some knockoff Chinese board, which is like not bad, but I don't have any personal interest in it. And it sucks because the result is usually them saying like, oh, so you just don't want to see anything that I want to show you. But the problem is they're only showing it to me because it is a board. Not because they are interested in the board or they have something to say about the board. It is a keyboard and it exists and they know I like boards. So it's like, man, I see where you're coming from. But to get the credit for showing me a thing I like, you have to actually show me a thing that I like or something that actually is cool, right? At least tell me what you think is cool about the thing that you wanted me to notice, right? Because I've been in this hobby for so long. It's super easy to just kind of like breeze by maybe stuff that beginners would think is super cool or they're just discovering. I want to enjoy that discovery with you if you are in fact discovering things, but you gotta, back and forth. The number of times I've gotten a DM that is just link to a keyboard reel on Instagram with like no commentary, crazy. I would actually have real money if I had $1 for every time I got one of those. So I prefer not to lie if I can. I would say maybe like 90% of the time what you're actually getting is the truth from me. Usually the closest thing that I come to lying is like being polite when I don't want to. That's usually the closest thing for me. But in terms of the actual words and sentiments, being honest, the idea, the thing I'm telling you, almost definitely 90% of the time. Oh shit, what? Oh, it was the washer that fell. Oh man, I might not have enough washers. Well, we'll see. Okay. But yeah, 90% of the time you're getting honesty from me. You might not even like what I have to say, to be honest. I feel like there's nuance to that, right? Because it's easy to just sort of say like, yes, all lying is bad, but I think that there are very, very tiny, insignificant circumstances where like you can make someone's day and it doesn't cost you anything. You know what I mean? If you have the energy to like extend yourself into their space anyway, you might as well posit something positive. If that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes sense. That was like a deep question. I'm a little shocked that the questions are so deep. Let's see. That kind of makes me want to answer another question. No one redeemed it, but I kind of want to answer another question. That was an interesting question. I've not looked through this deck, so I don't actually know what the questions are. Do I only have... Okay, no, I only need one more set. Okay, cool. For some reason, I thought I would need more. That is not true. Can you tell I don't look at TKL PCBs that often? I literally do not. I think the last TKL that I put together was... Actually, let me double check. Looking at my records. Let's see. The last TKL that I put together was the Heracles 80, actually, which was a little while ago. Oh, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I put together the QK 80. That was still last year. Yeah, that was last year in November. Sheesh. Pull a card. Thank you. If we don't get anything a little too romantically charged, unless you want the romantically charged question, I will answer the first one that I pull. Some of these are like our relationship, and it's like, I know chat wants me, but you know. Oh, how could I help you in becoming the person you want to be? That is a good general question. I'll just hold it up slow. That's a good general question, but maybe not good for stream. I could talk about like what would actually help. I have such a rough time with stuff like this. I'm actually gonna pull another card out for sure. I'm gonna do that. I feel like I've done so much development on my own. I actually grew up being fairly unpopular. I was nerdy looking, and I wore glasses, and I enjoyed studying and reading, and that was so uncool at the time. So a lot of me becoming the person that I wanted to be was me becoming a person that was unlike how people treated me growing up. And I feel like that's a lot of people, right? They try to be the opposite of what they encounter to some great degree. So I feel like the thing that helps is just actual perseverance for real friendship, if that makes any sense. That's tough. Okay, I think that playlist is over, so we're gonna swap to another one. Yeah, being yourself and being willing to persevere and navigate difficult conversations, I think, is really what I need at this point, like in terms of interpersonal relationships. A lot of people are not ready to hear about how they affect other people, and they're not ready to criticize other folks openly either. Oh, fuck. And it's very difficult, I think, to find people who can emotionally withstand those things and who can communicate if and when they can, right? Lots of people know how they react to difficult situations, but explaining that to other people so that there's like a ground base level is really tough. And I have a lot of friends, associates, that kind of thing, that have mental issues or anxiety issues and stuff. So that stuff is really hard. But being able to be honest with each other in that way, I feel strengthens relationships, at least if you adjust your expectation to have that, right? Me and one of my best friends actually 2 days ago had a conversation about how we don't basically it was about how I communicate, but also just we have a difficult time interpreting each other sometimes because the language that we use is different. I'm used to having to repeat myself in various ways to explain how I'm feeling using different vocabulary so that things will click. It's kind of like a teacher thing since I work tutoring, right? I'm used to, oh, well, if you don't get it the first time, let's try it again. Not because it's, impossible. Sometimes people just don't understand you, right? But more often than not, it's just that they haven't heard it in the right format or received it in the right format. So I'm used to, in teacher mode, like breaking things down. Oh, well, let's try this way. Well, let's try it this way. And sometimes that frustrates her when we misunderstand each other because she feels like I repeat myself a lot. And I do. But we were just talking about how it's annoying and sometimes it's frustrating to go through that and have me have to go in circles to figure out my own thoughts or figure out how I want to articulate myself. But our friendship is worth enough that that's not really an issue. You know what I mean? And I think it's easy when you know and are aware of your own flaws, how anxiety inducing it can be to have someone literally point out, oh, well, you do this thing. And you're like, I know, I literally can't help it. It just is what it is. But it was a nice conversation. And she was just, yeah, I mean, you do it, but it's a part of knowing you and stuff. It's not like you're not trying. And I'm only one person out of all the people you talk to. So if doing this works for everyone else, then obviously you would do it in other circumstances by default, right? So yeah, that kind of honesty, being able to achieve that, moving past like the putting someone that you met who's new on a pedestal. You gotta like move past that, right? I think that's a phase everyone goes through where you're like, this is the best person ever. They're amazing. I don't want them to think less of me or whatever. But to forge genuine relationships with folks, right? You have to be able to push past that point and see them as like a very real human being that can make autonomous decisions about how you are. And since that question was like a mutual, please give me more information about everyone exchange sort of thing, I'm gonna pull a second card. So you get a freebie, Denko. What do you wish you could tell your parents? I feel like for a lot of people that would be really controversial. I don't have very many things that I want to tell my parents. I feel like maybe when I was a teenager, there were some things that I wished I could have navigated with their attention. But as an adult, what I can tell you is that my parents are conservative-ish. And I don't think that they could have, even if I could tell them without any like crazy reprimands or something like that, I don't think that there's much they could have done to assist me. So maybe when I was like unpopular and lonely, there was more that I wanted just because I didn't have too many other people to interact with. I didn't really come into like my stride as a being of light until around high school. And it was because I got to the point where I eventually reached the conclusion of just like, you know what? If I'm going to be stuck with myself for the long haul, I want to at least be a person that I would like. And that did very good wonders for me. Good evening. How you doing? Hi, Shumpa. How are you? I'm doing well. This is the chill, as the title says, low energy build stream. We're building a Haven TKL. For Deets, you can hit that hot build or today command. I just lubed and set these stabs. And I guess at this point it's just putting switches in. I don't know how familiar you are with the process of building a keyboard. Or if you're just here because you happen to roam across the vibes. But that is what we're doing. How are you doing? I think we're done with stabs altogether. I can actually toss this. And also, we're answering cool questions from this card deck. I've got a redeem going today, specifically for today, where you can have me pull a card and I'll answer it. These are like get to know a stranger type of things. So some of the questions are like, what do you and I do? And then some of them are like the questions I just asked. What do you wish you could tell your parents? Haven't built a keyboard yet, but been looking to build one. I have Varmilo right now. I've been oh my gosh. Okay. I have a small story about this. Varmilo had a board that I really wanted. When I first got into the hobby, I wanted so badly for my first beginner, like pre-built board so that I could see all the pieces and stuff, to be a Varmilo board. That is what I wanted. It was gonna be a fairy themed board. Ha ha ha. I am in fact a fae, and so of course I wanted the fairy themed keyboard. They had a really nice colorway. It was a nice green color with some like forest stuff. It had a cool like deer with antlers and stuff. It was dope. By the time I saved up the money to get it, they were all sold out. Depression. Which Varmilo do you have? Do you know what size it is? Do you have any other questions about boards that I can answer? I know this is a low energy stream, but if there's anything I can offer that's helpful, I will. Clownfish is also lurking in here, and he's helped me during a couple streams, so he's pretty dope. If he's available to give insight or anything, he might pop in as well. This is, I'm trying to decide, do I want to put foam in this? Case foam, I'm gonna put at the bottom for sure. But the real question is, do I want to put, plate foam? I might do plate foam. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I'm gonna take a look and see if I can find my notes, because I did have notes on how I wanted to build this. But this was before I suffered injuries and took such a long time. I have the Aurora and it's at 80% with EC Sakura switches and I love it. I heard a sound test for that. That sounded pretty good. Varmilo does a lot of really cool boards at this point, and I also think that generally speaking, Varmilo has come a long way when it comes to their pre-built boards. Do I want to do... Do I want to do foams? I think I do want to do foams, actually. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to put foam in it. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do the case foam and the plate foam, but not the PE foam. I do like the PE sound, but I have a bunch of Neo boards and a bunch of QK boards. So to me, it doesn't make sense to just keep putting PE foam and everything. I would like to get the Manila board, but they don't have it with the Nordic layout. You need Nordic. God bless your soul. I know how rough it is to get Nordic layout with custom stuff. I see the discussions all the time. So I feel ya, man. I feel ya. And you know what? I think that, ooh, there's like additional foam pieces. What? 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 Oh, is it? Okay, sure. So you got these additional foam pieces. Oh, is this like if you, I guess, just want to have the extra pieces for, oh, maybe this is for plateless. This might be for plateless, maybe. I do not have playlists, so let's go gambling. Oh, they did also give us shims. Do I need the shims? I literally just installed these. I feel like I don't need the shims. I don't think I need the shims. If I need to do shims, I'll do them off stream. Okay, so here's the actual question, right? I bought the palm plate specifically to go with this. And I have a feeling that I would like the palm plate sound more. Not gonna hold you up. But is this aluminum plate not bussin'? Is this not a bussin' ass plate? You can't even use bussin' like that, for real. That's not even how you're supposed to use it, but that's how passionately in my heart I feel about this color. I feel like I'm a sucker and I'm just gonna do this even though I went out of my way to get the fucking palm plate. It do be, you know, like it's good. It's good. It's good. Right now, my board and mouse pad match perfectly because I have Aurora mouse pad for Marmula also. That's the cool thing about pre-builds. You can get themes and the themes are cool. Oh damn, they sure did come with their own wow. Okay. We got a lot of stuff in here. All right, okay, we got an extra keycap. I'll take that out in a bit. They gave me the metal accent, but I didn't want the metal accent. I wanted the polycarbonate one so that the light will shine through. And then I'm guessing these are diffusers for some of the other light spots. And we have gaskets and things. We don't need these quite yet. I did get a bunch of the polycarbonate add-ons because that's what I wanted on the board. So like instead of that really cute silver weight, I got the polycarb one just so that it could look, I just wanted it to, I like the polycarb look. That's essentially what it is. All right, so let's get in there with that plate foam. And I guess we're just gonna do it to him. It do be, you know. I agree. I agree so hard that it do be, you know. Okay, I did want that polycarbonate section. So I think I'll be able to replace that. And then you'll be able to see the red even more readily. So let's get into it. This is the easy part before I start actually modding the board. I'm just gonna be putting switches in. This is gonna completely change the sound profile that I wanted on this thing, but you know, it is what it is. Also, I gotta cut this. The spacebar stuff, I gotta cut it. Also, that's turned the wrong way. All right. Can this actually just rest right here? Can I get by without cutting it? I think I actually can. Cool, 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 cool beans. All right, so these are BSUN Roselle switches that we're putting in here. This is what they look like. It's so nice to have a camera that actually will focus and show colors somewhat accurately. These are very red. They're bright red on the top and dark red on the bottom here. I'm gonna give you guys switch details for those of you who want them. These are linears. The top case and bottom case are made out of palm with a Y3 stem, and the weight is, these are pretty light. They're 50 grams. No gold spring for whatever reason. I'm not even really sure why that is, to be honest. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's what we're gonna put in here. I'm still kind of tempted to maybe do, should I do palm though? Palm or alu, palm or alu, palm or alu. I have because I'm putting so much foam in it, what I want to believe is that the foam will help stop it from feeling harsh. But I think I really do want, I think I want the palm sound though. These are palm switches. So I was looking forward to how they would sound in the actual plate. Hello Luminous, hello chat. Hi Conan, how are you? Okay. Okay, final decision. I'm actually gonna put this away. I'm gonna do the palm. I wanted to do the palm. We're gonna do the palm. It's just this shit looks fire. There's no way, there's no two ways around it. The matching aluminum plate looks fire, but I'm gonna do palm. I feel like everybody and their mom has done this board with aluminum, and originally palm is what I wanted to do. So we're gonna stick with the original dream. Maybe I'll do an alternative test later. Okay. Don't make me wrestle with this package. And also, just if I'm gonna include the foam, the plate foam, to me it just makes more sense to go palm, because usually palm is kind of a pain in the ass to put switches in if there's no support on them. Like, I have a switch fork, it's fine, but all right. We're doing the things. All right. So this is the part that is somehow more boring than doing the stabs. We're just gonna put in the switches, making sure that the foam is aligned. I feel like it's not 100% aligned. What's going on here, guys? It might just be warped in a small way. That does happen sometimes. Let me look at the edges. For anyone who is new to my streams or just, you know, aren't used to seeing me, I am Luminous, the friendly neighborhood fae, if such a thing exists. But more importantly, I had an eye injury recently, so I am in the habit of taking things off screen occasionally so I can look closer at them. We're doing okay, no issues really, but yeah, the old peepers are not doing, they're not at 100%, they're at like 90%. This isn't going in the way it's supposed to. That's not great. Okay, I don't want to bend any pins. There we go. I'm just gonna put in a few anchoring switches just so I don't have to worry about the plate moving, and then we'll go from there. Oh, well, that's not going in the way it's supposed to. Please. There we go. Sneaking into your stream from work, but I'm listening. Oh, sure, for sure. Today is just, it's a laid back stream. We're not, my streams are normally laid back, I'll say that much, but I am exhausted. But my eye injuries had me off stream, offline for quite some time, and I just actually needed to see and talk to all of your good vibing. And I missed hitting the go live button. Also, I've put off building this board for like a month, and I want it. I want this board. I want it directly in my mouth right now. So I'm still gonna fight God. Don't fight God. Don't fight God. Other people like need God to do things, so maybe don't fight him, you know? Conan, if you do have any questions about anything, please let me know. Most of the work is gonna come when we're actually doing the board. I'm swapping out so many things on the freaking board. That's where most of the work is gonna come in. This was a pretty easy process, I will say. I put Owlab stabs in here, so I actually didn't have to struggle bus putting the stabs together as much as I normally do. If I were balancing wires on my OG cherry stabilizers, we'd probably still be doing that, honestly. Not that it's not worth it, because it's definitely easier paying the same amount for about 100 stabs as you would for just one Owlab stab, but you know. I will also mention, of course, if you want to have me pull from this interesting deck of questions for strangers. There is a little point redeem for that. That's just a thing we're doing today. Oh, that's not lined up right. Let's get in there. Let's what are we doing? What are we doing? Get in there. There we go. You can kind of feel like if it's actually ready to go in the right spot or not. I try really hard to reduce the number of bent pins. Oh, we're almost at 2 hours. Guys, this is me being the most vain person ever. But one, I want the palm plate because I want the sound. I want to hear the palm on palm since these are palm switches. But also, I like the contrast of the red on the white. I feel like these would blend in too hard on the red plate. I'm a very visual person when it comes to keyboards, I will say. I really enjoy theming my boards on specific things, which I don't advise anyone to do in this hobby, by the way. I had a discussion with Soldiero, who is a fellow VTuber, just about theming boards. And I was explaining to him that trying to get all the pieces together to do a look for your board is actually quite difficult, because if you're following projects, waiting for things to get delivered, if you're not buying in stock, then it becomes a whole other hassle. And I've definitely themed some of my boards after things that have taken me an arm and a leg to get time-wise. I wanted my Space 65 R3 to have a space theme, so I ordered cat space dust to go with it. And that keycap set did not arrive for 3 years. So, you know, beauty is pain, right? Beauty is pain. Art is life. Life is pain. I have other ones as well. I waited, I think, not quite as long, I think 2.5 years for Cam Oceanfront for my Sangu 60 that I bought like in 2021. It might have been 2020 actually. That was also an ordeal. But the idea of having a board with a shark weight and then the keycaps being beach themed, crazy. That idea goes stupid hard. Looking at that board makes me happy. And I think most people, especially if you're new to the hobby and you don't want to, you know, like wait that long, you're not used to it, you just want one functional board, then like obviously that's not gonna cut it for you, right? No one wants to wait a bunch of years for a completed board, and by the time you get the board or you get the keycaps or you get anything, you might have changed your mind and want a different aesthetic. But I'm actually just crazy. I name all my boards. I call them my children. And I'm just willing to suffer. I'm just willing to suffer. I tell people all the time getting into this hobby, don't be like me. Don't be like me. Oh shoot. For this set, regular caps lock or stepped caps? I don't know. Maybe I'll decide later. We'll put step caps on now and we'll make a decision later. I didn't think about it. I did order some novelties for the keycap set that's going on this MW AI, Evil AI. So I'll look at the novelties and see if there's something special I like. Steps. So the thing is, I do enjoy a good step cap. I do enjoy a good step cap, but I feel like at a certain point when you pull out a random board to use, you're like, oh, I want to use this board. This board makes me happy this week, right? When you pull out like 4 boards in a row and they all have step caps, you have to take a look at yourself and ask, like, am I obsessed? Am I obsessed? Do I own anything with regular caps? And I do. I absolutely for sure do. But I do think that I've gone crazy on a couple of mine having step caps. We'll see. If there's a novelty step caps though, chances are we're probably going with it. I'm not gonna hold anybody up here. We're not gonna pretend that I'm not weak. If there's a novelty step caps, we're probably gonna do it. Conan, since you have stopped by today, tell me a little bit about your favorite layout. I know you said you were kind of lurking a little bit, so I don't want to ask you anything too deep, but favorite layout should be fairly easy. Hello, Ray the Kid. You dropping in for the Spider TKL group by tomorrow? Sadly, I committed to the cycle 8. Because I really wanted I wanted that Zeo colorway. So I'll definitely be like around chatting with some people, maybe on like a Discord or 2 about it. But alas, I am out. I spent some time deliberating over it, but it's truly the color that I wanted, honestly. I needed that red color. I've been shopping around for a red board for a while. So that made the decision for me. I do have a red 60, but it's more of a collector's item than anything else. It's the Matra Alice 90 from Lele Lab. I do not enjoy typing on 60%, so I can't use it regularly. I want like a sexy red board that I can actually use. You cannot go wrong with the C. Yeah, that's basically why I went for it. No problem. My favorite layout is full with Sangan, step caps lock, split right shift, split backspace, and 7U bottom row, no matter what the size of the board. That's so interesting. I tried split backspace. I cannot do it. The way that I've trained myself to touch type, like I cannot do split backspace. But visually, I'm so into split backspace. I'm so into it. I love the symmetry of it. I think it's great. It's just the hand feel fucks me up. But that's awesome. I'm growing into Sangan. This board has Sangan row. I feel like I started being very jaded against it, but I don't hate it as much as I used to when I first came into the hobby. I was like, why do people like this? I have the C7 turquoise teal colorway paired with GMK Waves. And it's my most W keyboard. The colorways that they had for the cycle boards are nuts. I bought 2 cycle 7s because 70%, that specific 70% FRL TKL is actually my favorite layout. With or without step caps, I'll do either. I get my nav, I get my arrows. I don't use my F rows as much. So for travel especially, that's it for me, baby. That's it. Once they started making those, I have so many 70s. I have the Tenet 70. I have 2 Neo 70s. I have 2 I have 2 cycle 7s. I also have the Sella 70, which I'm waiting for. And then I also have the Reflection, although I got that more as a artsy piece. Like I just love the chocolate colorway and the inspiration, the Bangladesh architecture and whatnot was great. And then I have the XOX 70, although that was an ordeal. I got duped by Mex & Co. basically, and it went on sale for 50% off on Novel Keys, so I just decided to swallow my pride and grab it. Same, if I need my F-row, I got a mini macro pad off to the side. Oh, hell, sis, when you bitch stream it? The timer says 2 hours. Hi, 180, how are you? My eyes have recovered enough for me to be staring at screens for a long time. And doing it for work does not immediately cause me to need rest after work. So I actually have a trip coming up. So I'll be out for the rest of the week. So I just decided we're doing it today. I can't keep putting off this build. I want this board so bad. Mexico, yeah, I got off a little lucky. I was able to at least get all of the things that I bought from them eventually in some way. Kenny Keys picked up a couple of the keycaps. The XOX70 was the only board that I had that I couldn't get from them. I did end up with an extra of GMK Terror Below, but I actually sold it to a buddy in the chat. Denko was interested enough in that set. I have a duplicate of Heresy because that was also a thing. But I'm going to gift it to a friend. I just decided to cut my losses on that one. And MW Barista, I ended up getting it for a discounted price. But I did have to buy it again. So I just, you know, Mexico really did. But some people were like in deep, like 10 projects deep with them. I was not quite that deep. W sell, especially when it's your own kind. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Especially when it's your own kind. Yeah, not bad. All the better for seeing you. Aw, thanks, 180. You're doing all right then? I am. I'm recovering. This month has been very up and down, just very busy. I painted my first figures for D&D. I injured my eye. I went to an Oddities Expo. I went on a couple of cool dates to find some brunch places. There were some weird thefts at my apartment, and then the items were returned. It's been a very up and down, very, very, very up and down series of life events. But overall, I'm doing okay. I won't complain because I'm in the position to actually deal with the things that have happened. And some people would not be able to deal with them. So trying to keep my chin up. I'm still Blood Hut searching for some old GMKs like Grand Prix and Chroma. I thought Novelties had some Grand Prix. Oh, maybe, I mean, there's a couple of different, I might be thinking of British Racing Green. I think I am mixing those up. I wonder, which one is Grand Prix again? Is that the one that has the lime green? I'm gonna look it up real quick. GMK Grand Prix. Because I know I've seen it. Oh, yeah. They're re-releasing the CYL Grand Prix, even though it's basically the same. I saw it on Z Frontier too, but they all want like full price for it. Yeah, I'm essentially trying to pair it with the novelty gold caps. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna put this away. We got this together and we gotta figure out the board. I wanna swap the parts on the board. And then we'll worry about mounting and stuff. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the mounting on this won't be too difficult. I didn't see anyone struggling with it. Okay. I'm gonna humbly put my mask back on so that this doesn't dox me. I feel like this board is the board to dox me if it was gonna happen. I just started using Z Frontier Super Good Edition to Geek Hack, except for the fact that I can't read or navigate the website half the time. Yeah, I only use it for preview images, to be completely honest with you, because like, what else can you do, you know? Since this comes with its own screwdriver, I'm gonna put mine away. I think it's really cool that the newer boards are coming with their like everything that you need to put a board together, and they're becoming cheaper as well. So good for newbies to the hobby. Where did I put it? over here. What KB are you currently rocking as you read and I type? Currently, it's a split. So like I have my desk in here for streaming and I use a different keyboard here than I use for my work computer. So for work, I'm using the Array by Parallel. And I have it topped with, it's got pink robin switches in it from Keebs for All. And I am using MW App and Glow. That is the final build for it. And then for this computer, I have the XOX70. Actually, I only moved this here. This is what I have had as of today. But I only moved this here because I was using the Heracles 80 and it's so heavy. It's heavy. It sounds unique. I feel like the Array, so like Parallel is a smaller keyboard studio, but it's still fairly well known. It might just be so small that they don't release things very often. But the Array is a 65 O-ring mount. Just one single case O-ring. I got the white and it had like a cute chroma thing on it. If it wasn't in the other room, I would go grab it. But it's hooked up to my work computer. Then there's this. I do name all of my boards. The parallel Array board is named Drid. This board is named Kair. And this is the, like I said, the XO70. You can see the logo there. It's focus. Thank you. Focus. And these are Osume keycaps that I have on here. So this is the bonsai colorway. And I love these Osume caps. They're adorable. You can only see a little bit of me. I'm wearing a hat and a mask. You can see my glasses. That's about it. I saw way more of your face than I was ready for. I just thought you were using a pair of disembodied arms for your keep stuff of my immersion. Yes. I am not only a pair of arms and a sexy voice saying ara ara for channel points. Alas, alack, alas. For that colorway, I do gray on black GMKs. I was so tempted to actually do GMK olive because Novelties had that sale, but I actually was just inspired by the color being called bonsai. And I remembered that the Lego bonsai set has a special Sakura version. So I got the Sakura keycaps for it just to be cute. Aside from Kair there, I am also using the Heracles 80. I have a Heracles 80. I moved it because it's so heavy. It weighs 10 pounds. And I did not want to have that on my desk today when I knew I would be moving things around for streaming. So I actually just put it away this morning and was like, yeah, well, you've had your time, man. Okay, let's not scratch the aluminum already. I just got the board. Not you redeeming a ara literally right now. You know I have to do it through the mask. This keyboard is out. You're gonna see me. 10 whole pounds, yes. Fully built. I think if we're speaking technically, it's like 9 point, I don't know, 6, 8 pounds or something like that. It's a baby though. Babies weigh 9 pounds. It's a baby. It's like a baby for real. It's got a titanium weight. It's a thick boy. It's crazy. But I love it. I love it. The titanium weight has some really cool Greek inspired art on it as well, which is part of the reason why I bought it. No scratchy. Okay. Not you redeeming the ara in the middle of a keyboard stream. Okay, give me a second. It's about to get real weeby in here. The military look. Oh yeah, the military look would be actually GMK olive would do well for that too. All right, here we go. Let me turn this down. turn this down real quick. Okay, here we go. Keep a weeb keep or the keeb weeb. Okay, but listen, there's a shit ton of people in the hobby who are weebs. Like, we have whole keycap sets and boards that are themed off of VTubers and anime characters and everything. It's literally baked into the hobby. All right, so we're gonna do an ada, and then we'll pull a card and answer a question. Here we go. Ada. There you go. There's your ada. That's a little louder than it was before. Nope. Too loud. Alrighty. Is this a girl who takes her ada-ing seriously? Very nice. Thank you. I feel like if you're paying channel points for it, I should, and I'm offering it, I feel like I gotta take it at least a little seriously. You know what I mean? Like, really rude to offer and then not take it seriously. I mean, if your brand is just like saying, like telling your viewers, fuck you or whatever, then that's different. But what is going on here? There's like some residue near the screw holes. I respect that. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Maybe it's these here. Okay, yeah, because there's no screws on the bottom here, so actually gotta loosen these. And Denko, you asked me to pull a card. We'll do that. I'll do it now because I gotta concentrate on the screws. Who is your greatest teacher? And why? That's a good question. I like that a lot, actually. I know someone who has a point redeemed that'll make them call you a bottom. It takes all kinds. Is there? There is. Okay. I was like, is there something here? Because I just tried to touch it. And that was weird. Okay. It's to protect the weight. Okay, I see. Oh. Does that not fit? Oh, these might, maybe it's too big. It is, that is too big. I actually have to get one of mine. It only came with the 2 for, I think, like regular stuff. Like the regular switching out of things. Okay. I'll have to break open mine anyway. Gosh darn it. I need a bigger hex screw. Okay, let's test. This one should be about as big as that one. Does this one fit? Yeah, okay, that's the one. Well, to be fair, I do have the good girl, good boy redeem, because people do like that. So when I was younger, I used to think it's super cringe, and I think to a certain degree, it is cringe. Oh my God. Maybe I'm not supposed to actually take these out. That's crazy. This is not twisting. It is not twisting at all. I know I'm not that weak. Oh my God. Whew. I need it to come out though, so I can replace this part. I have to be able to put the polycarbonate bit up here, and I can't do it if it won't come out. Oh no. Is it actually too big to like? Oh no. Okay. Surely they wouldn't have given me the bit to swap out if I couldn't. It is still super cringe, but we love. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna be real. Because I don't talk about this a whole lot. Oh no, that's definitely too small. It's definitely not that. I would need like not to making me get like a power drill or something to get these out. That's crazy. This can stay in there. I just need the top bit to come out. Oh my God. This is the first time I've been building a board and had issues with getting a screw out. This is insane. That shit is locked in there. Oh shit, fuck. Good God. That shit is locked in there. How do I get it out? I want to put my polycarb piece on there. No. Will these come out? Did they just not want me to do any fucking thing with the board? Good God. Yeah, it's like in there really tight. I would need like a power drill or something to get this out. But that's the only way. So like to put this up to the camera, as you can see, there are no screws here, right? So the screws are on the inside. To replace them with the polycarb bit that I got, I would have to be able to get in there. Yeah, like I totally have this top piece for that section. But I have to be able to get in there. Like I gotta get in there. And they line up too. So like that is exactly what it is. They just don't want me to do it. I do have like a motorized one. But what I can tell you is that if I can't get it with my elbow grease, good Lord, I'm not going to be able to get it out with a lightly powered, you know. That's crazy. I'm going to try one more time and then maybe give up. Like, I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. And the fact that they did not give me, that they didn't give me a bit that was supposed to fit there. I'll put this on my normal one just to see if it's like an issue with the bits fitting together or something. But yikes. And see, the daughter board is here too. There's got to be some way for you to get in there, because what if you wanted to replace the daughter board, right? Like, oh good Lord, that I know I'm not that weak, right? That's the thing. I don't think I've ever had issues with getting a screw out. This is not gonna turn out well. Oh my God, okay. That is not happening. That is not happening. That's impossible. I literally can't get that. Okay, so I may have to just put the board together as is and figure something out afterwards, because like this is goodness gracious, this is just not it. I would literally need like a power drill. Okay. I think we may actually have a power drill. I'm going to see if I can find it. This is absurd. This is ridiculous. But I know once I put this together, I'm not going to want to take it apart again just to deal with this. There's no screws in here, so I'm not being crazy. This is for like the side diffusers. So I don't think it's me overlooking anything. I think the screws are actually just that difficult to get out. Okay. It's been a couple of hours, so I am gonna put you guys on the BRB screen and see if I can find a power drill. And if I can, I'll be back and we'll change it. If I can't, then I guess we'll build without it. But I'll give it the old college try. So be right back, guys. All right, camera acting up, I see. Cool. So, as you can see, I was able to get it apart. My God. So this is a time. There's so much going on here. I'm gonna have a time because these are bolted together and I was hoping they wouldn't be. Luckily, the shit is just tight. And people in my household had an easier time trying to loosen these than I have. Okay, well, I got that one. I got that one on my own, so there's at least that. So we're back in business, baby. These are longer than these, so I'm gonna keep them separate. Oh man, yeah, that was crazy. I was also able to do it without a power drill, although power drill certainly would have done the job. These are on hella tight. Like, I don't know how. These are less tight than the ones on the outside, but I could literally feel them grinding against the threads when I was taking them out. So this was not fun. This was not fun at all. Oh my God. Okay. And just, I'm not gonna hold you up. I have scratched aluminum before taking out screws. I have also cracked acrylic putting in screws. So I'm just cautious when it comes to this sort of thing. But we were able to get it. I was hoping there wouldn't be more of these, but there were more. So we're just gonna do what it do. Goodbye, piece that has caused me great distress. Okay. So we're gonna put these back in now, I suppose, and see whether or not we can make sure these are lined up. Again, I tell you what, polycarbonate makes it hard to see where the fucking threads are for these. Okay, here we go. It sits in there. These should be fine. Hopefully I've got the strength to fucking screw it in. Good Lord. But we're back in business, and the break didn't take quite as long as I thought it was going to. So that's good. It seems like you guys survived. So good for you guys. Congratulations on maintaining and holding on to your immortality. Denko, I realized that you had me pull a question, and I did pull the question, but I did not answer. So now that I'm back, let's do it. Who's your greatest teacher and why? This is a very stereotypical answer. Super duper stereotypical answer. However, being the most realistic that I can, that is possible for me, I would have to say, I've already mucked this up with my fingerprints, that my greatest teacher has been Mama Lumi. And there are abundant reasons for that. Okay, let's see if we can get this back in here. Essentially, my mom was considered a black sheep of sorts for a long time. Actually, I think it's easier to get this on the, yeah, and then push that in there. I think that's easier, actually. There we go. Because the plastic is actually stuck to the back of this weight, so that makes more sense to me. Yeah, so like, my mom was a black sheep. She grew up in difficult circumstances and had to learn a lot about people and life to survive. And I think that she was my biggest influence in terms of telling me to like live my own truth, and as long as we're not hurting anybody, you know what I mean? Live a life that will make you happy and not other people happy. Now there's, she's still a parent, so there are some things that I don't think she would have wanted her lessons to extend to, so far as I'm concerned. But they do. But overall, I think that without her input to encourage me to live a life that I would love. Oh, you know what I should do? Actually, screw these parts down. I don't know why I didn't think to do this first. That would just align everything. But yeah. And I think that meant a heckin' lot to me. As a person who did not come into like social butterflyness until my later years, I spent a lot of time cooking on my own. And I think that her lessons about being happy with yourself, because that's who you're stuck with, are such a huge part of my identity. You gotta be able to like survive when it's just you looking at yourself in the mirror, right? So I think that she would be considered like my biggest teacher, because I feel like learning those lessons early is what pushed like the domino effect to all of the other things that I love about myself have stemmed from that. I feel like if I had constant anxiety, or I was questioning myself, or if I struggled with all of those things, I wouldn't have made it to the point where I am, if that makes sense. Like those were the seminal blocks. It's a good mentality. Yeah. And I just, I was a nerd that people wasn't fond of as a kid. I definitely grew up thinking I would never have friends. And I just synthesized in myself, like, if I have to sacrifice being myself to be popular or whatever, then it's not worth it. And I think that a lot of people don't come to that conclusion at an early age. So I was very fortunate to have that influence. She didn't, like say like, oh, fuck people, you don't need friends. It wasn't like that. But she just said like, hey, people are autonomous and you can't control them. The thing you can control is yourself. So you need to make sure that you're cool with who you are when you look in the mirror, which I think is very important. I just about managed. Yeah, I'm watching the Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman lie detector video. I feel like Ryan Reynolds does a lot. Maybe a little too much. But he's still, I like them. I like them. Very good, true words. Yeah, Mama Lumi sometimes knows what she's talking about. She said steal their names, but not the whole identity. You know what I mean? Go for the names, but not the whole identity. Some people's identities are whack. You don't want to steal a whack person's name and then be stuck being them, right? Okay, so these are the thick ass gaskets. Let me grab the case foam, which should be somewhere. Okay. Let me make sure I have this aligned correctly. Oh, and I am also forgetting other things. I gotta put the diffusers in. I always forget about that. So let me make sure that I got this on, because I may not. Is it upside down? It is. It was upside down. Okay. All right. I'm rushing. We gotta take our time. I gotta put the diffusers in over here first. And then on the top case, right, I gotta put the polycarbonate one in. But that's top case stuff. I don't have to do it yet. Okay. So it's looking like they gave us extras, but we just need these. Okay. Now I know I saw Alex Odos. He's a fairly popular keyboard streamer, if I recall correctly. He did a stream where the orientation of these diffusers fucked with the sound of the board. So I'm gonna try to put them in correctly, And hopefully we will not have those problems. Hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, they gave me a bunch of screws in one of these bags. Did I leave it in the box? I did. Okay. So it's these, I'm guessing? The tiny ones? My guess is it's the tiny ones, because otherwise these are probably extras. Okay. Are these the same as, okay, yeah, these are extras. Cool, 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 cool. So let's fish out 4 of these tiny ones. I'll put the rest back in the bag. I have not seen the, speaking of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, I have not seen the Wolverine film yet, but I would like to. I may end up seeing it while I'm visiting family. I have cousins who are like very big on films. They're like big movie junkies. So if they haven't seen it by the time I get down there, they are probably going to take me to see it. Also, everyone's really excited about the fact that the movie is successful, right? Because it means that like cinema's not dead. That's what everyone's been concerned about. Okay, yeah. I see how Alex put his in the wrong way. There's like a depression around the like where the thread is. And I think it's easy to think that maybe it was just like result of printing or something and the depression should be on the underside, but no, it's not. It's the head of the screw just nestles in there. So you've probably got some extra height pushing the screws up if you put it on the other way. Fingers crossed, I'm not just talking out of my ass, and that is the correct assessment of how they did it. Yeah, I would be hella... I'm glad that I thought of this mask thing early, because like, I feel like sometimes you guys have gotten like a flash of my head here and there. But this, that's crazy. You getting the whole thing for free. For free! How could you? All right, so these are the side diffusers. And then there's this top area. How do we do this? That's the real question. How do we do that? The little diffuser piece that goes right there. How do we... Does it just... Let me actually look at it. Oh, it looks like it's just... It's only held in place by this side, I guess. That's a little crazy. Okay, yeah. So like, that's a little nuts. Because it goes in sort of like that. Yeah, it goes in like that. Okay. So then, oh shoot, maybe the longer screws were specifically for that and I'm just stupid. Very likely, very likely. What did I do with the screw bag? I folded it up and I put it somewhere. Yo. There we go. So I bet that's what these are for. But if these use the same screws as the top case for like the screwless design, that's pretty dope. I love it when keyboard designs take into account that some people only have so many different types of screws, so it just makes more sense for you to use the same screw across the whole design. That's actually my favorite. That's my favorite thing, when people are that conscious about the design. Definitely a little peek. This would definitely be like zoom enhanced Lumi secret face reveal at Google. Yeah, it definitely would be. And it's not necessarily that like, my life is over because you goobers know what I look like. It's nothing like that. I'm not really like worried about being doxxed. I'm just a fae on the internet. However, you know, keep some of the mystique, you know what I mean? What if I want to do like an official, you know, face reveal or something? Okay, yeah, these are some fucking long ass fucking screws. Good lord. the way in there? Oh, I think maybe I might have screwed it in a little too much. Oh, maybe not. No. Okay, one of the threads is a little further than the other. Let me just... Kind of crazy that it sits there like that. It's only got those two screws holding it in. A little weird. Just a little weird, but it's okay. Sure. Oh, wait, can I see? Oh, okay. I'm trying to see how deep the screw is so I can tell when I'm going too far. Okay. Because one is definitely deeper than the other. What's going on? Okay, that one's definitely in as far as it's gonna go. This is a little weird. The fact that this can like shake around or whatever. Little weird, little weird. Yeah, that's not moving anymore. Let me see if I can get this other one. Nah, I think that's about as deep as they're gonna be. I actually think one of them might be a little too deep. Okay, I'm gonna double check everything else in this box to make sure I'm not making a grave mistake. No, I don't think so. That's pretty much all that came in here. None of these are different sizes or anything. The threads for these are hella long. I'm gonna look in here really quick. Just to see what this other one looks like. No, these are just really long threads. They're just really long threads. Okay. So, I guess this is how it's supposed to look. And I guess when the board is fully assembled with the keycaps here, there's no reason for this to move for real, for real. So, alrighty, I guess. I have a feeling that I did screw one of these screws in too tight though. I think I went a little ham. I think we did a little hammy. I don't want to break the acrylic because I've done it before. I'm a little paranoid about it. I'm a little paranoid about breaking it because I like it. And I have done it before. All right, here we go. Finally, we're at the part where we can actually put the damn thing together. So let's go. I'm gonna put the gaskets on first so that I'm not a dummy. So this seems to be like a sock mount, basically. Sock gaskets is what this appears to be. These are some thick fucking gaskets. That's thick. That's very thick. Focus. Thank you. These are thick. They're thick as fuck. And that's supposed to allow it to be a little bouncier, a little squishier. From what I hear, there's not really flex in this board unless you get the FR4 plate, because it has like the cuts in it. But I just didn't really want that. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted this board 100% for the aesthetic. That's why I bought the extra parts to put the polycarb on and to get the version that had the red on it. They previewed it on Keycaps and I thought that shit was beautiful. I said it has to be mine immediately, supervillain style. So essentially, with this particular build, because with some builds I do actually care about how the bottom out feels. With this particular board, I actually could not give a damn. Could not give a damn how that shit feels. I know that it's not gonna feel like trash, and that's actually all I need for real. So that's it for me. Where's the last gasket? I pushed it somewhere. What did I do? Oh, they're in the plastic. Great. Please come out. Come out. Thank you. All right, and they did give us one extra just in case, which is really dope. I like when they give us extra shit. So let's put this on. Get it fitting all nice like we did before. And then we can turn this bad bitch over and put it in the motherfucking case. I'm so excited to build this board. Y'all don't understand. I have been waiting to build this board 4 months. 4 months at this point. This is a dream come true pour moi. And I'm so excited. There's also a lot of flex in here. I realize it'll be a little different when I put the top case on, but that's great. Okay. So now that we have that situated, I'm gonna plug in the daughter board. The case foam being made the way it is with all those holes, I wasn't gonna align it right. All right, let's see if we can get this cable in here. Is it long enough for me to not have to struggle? It is not. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. It's cool. We'll struggle just a little bit getting it in there, and then I'll be able to situate it, and it'll be cool. It'll be fine. At least it's not a ribbon cable. Could be worse. Could be ribbon cable. Ribbon cable is excruciating. If you've built a board, you know. All right, daughter board is in there. I am afraid. It should be in there. I'm gonna plug this in and see what happens. Hey! It works. I did not somehow accidentally destroy the daughter. Oh shoot! Oh no! I hit a button by accident. All right, we're gonna unplug it now. Not the first time this has happened, but actually the second time that has happened. Good enough. Okay, let's get that top case on. We are about to put that shit on. It works. Oh fuck. I got the win keyless. How did I forget that? How did I forget that I got the win keyless? I'm dumb. Do. Easy fix. Just take these out. But I forgot. Okay, there we go. Oh no. I mean, it was just a different screen. It's not like all was lost or anything. Okay. Ooh. That feels thick. That feels like it's having difficulty getting in there. Okay, that's cool. What about this side? Okay. Cool. I think the top got caught on the bottom plastic. All right. Now, these screws finally again. And then we'll do keycaps and do a little typey test. All right, the screws are going down in there. That's a good sign that it is aligned correctly. Trying to make sure I don't just scratch the freaking anodization. Yeah, this is it just, is it on there? Yeah, it looks like it's on there. Yeah, it's not wiggling too much. It's just weird to me. I don't think I've had a board that's had a piece like that before. I can see the gap in here. There's gonna be hella light leak. I can see it already. I don't think I'm gonna be happy with that. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. I'm assessing the gap that exists here. Is the gap like for further? Hang on. I am assessing. I'm trying to see if the gap that I can see in there is just really good polycarb, like if there's an inner wall to it. It looks like there might be. I think it's deliberately shaped like that, and it just looks weird. It looks like a gap because the inner wall isn't until it's further in. That's so unfortunate. I really wanted to like that. We'll see how it looks when it lights up. We'll see how it looks. Because I got the diffusers in there and everything. If need be, I can swap to the solid aluminum one, and then we'll see how that goes. But this was a fairly easy build. I also want to say, for the record, for anyone who might be intimidated, listen. There's a video on YouTube documenting how much of an awful time I had with the Corsa. So let me tell you, could be worse. The Corsa had so many different components to it. I was about to have like a meltdown about it, to be honest. I managed to make it through, but there was just so much going on in terms of like the little pieces and how the gaskets work. I mean, there was a lot going on. I was not happy. I was not a happy camper. But I fucking love that board. It looks gorgeous. Okay. So this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna put the feet on so that I don't have to remember to do it later. Please note how gorgeous the polycarb looks. I love that. This is exactly what I wanted. I'm getting what I wanted, that you get that frosted kind of look. It shows off the red weight a little more. I'm such a fan. I'm a fan. Not that kind of fan, but you know. All right, let's get these feet on here. Then we'll go to the keycaps. Let's see. Good Lord, I think I might actually get these feet on without experiencing life problems. For some reason, the way that they make feet for boards, it almost feels like they want it to be a challenge of difficulty on purpose. It feels like they want it to be an ordeal. Sometimes the adhesive is like not strong enough. Sometimes the way that the cut ends up on the board is like not aligned correctly with the actual feet itself. It's like very close, but you can tell it's not exact. And I don't know, if it's very close but not exact, that actually bothers me more than that actually bothers me more than if it's just wrong. I hate it when I forget to put my feet on. Exactly 180. All right, here we go. Usually I'm a little stingy about the peelies, because things that I can peel usually reveal my face, but I'm well protected today. You guys are, I see you. All right, so here we go. Get a little closer. We'll get a little closer to the mic, okay? Hey. That plastic was not actually adhered super tightly. This was not the peely experience that I wanted, but it was a peely experience, and we did get the peel. Just look at this shit. It looks good. The shit looks good. All right. And now, keycaps. Actually, you know what? Before we do keycaps, I will pull another question. We just hit 3 hours. Let me toss some of these things. There's nothing else to do, so I'm actually gonna put some of this stuff away. Clear up my desk just a little itty bitty bit. I'll keep the tweezers out. I'll keep the tweezers out. I'm gonna put this extra gasket in here with these extra screws. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this extra screwdriver. I feel like I have my own screwdriver set, but this is only good with the board itself, so it's kind of like, I'm not really sure if someone else would use it. If I thought someone else could use it, I would actually just give it away. But I definitely have a feeling that, I mean, it only works with this one board, so it kind of is what it is. If someone else is somehow building a Haven TKO, even though it's an expensive ass fucking board, I'll gift it to them, I guess. If they buy it secondhand, maybe it wouldn't come with the stuff. Okay, here we go. We're gonna open up some keycaps. I gotta shuffle shit around on my desk. Also, the F13 that I'm constantly gonna fuck up. Good Lord. It came with a shiny F13 accent cap. I'll unwrap it and then show you guys again. That plastic is on there pretty good. Hopefully they won't make me have to go get my fucking scissors, because I sure will if I have to. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord, I may have to actually do that. Can I just peel it away? Okay. Oh, no. I found a peel point. Here we go. All right, yeah, they said we're wrapping that shit tight. Well, that's pretty good. All right, here we go. Chat. Let me show this off. Gonna need the power tools again for this one. We do not need the power tools again. We're good. We're good. I ended up not using power tools. It just took someone else's elbow grease and not mine. They had to like grind that shit really hard. I was worried they were gonna break my fucking screwdriver. Okay, now that I've satisfied my desire to touch it, I have to wipe it off. Okay. Could you imagine? What if I was using this board, right? And someone shows up with a Google Doc and they're like, I was able to triangulate her face just from zoom in, reverse the image, enhance. From one shiny chrome keycap. Alrighty. So now that we're in the home stretch here, enhance, yeah, that looks really clean. I'm so fond of it, honestly. And this is why I realize that other people get into keyboards because they want something neat that represents them the one time. But I'm so easily drawn by different aesthetics. This was a doomed, absolutely fucking dooming hobby for me because I just love and appreciate aesthetics across the board. It doesn't have to be something that, I mean, obviously I prefer things that represent things that I like, right? But not all of the boards I have to be mad representations of me. Do a full 3D facial reconstruction from a key. Yes, exactly. So this was just doomed for me from the start. I love accessorizing. I love putting that shit on, as the kids say. So basically my keyboards are just me doing that, but for boards. And is that helpful? Not to my wallet, it isn't. Sure isn't. So, there is a caps lock here. We'll see. Okay, so before we do a reveal first of all, isn't this box nice? Evil AI. It's got this cool eye pattern. I have the desk mat actually as well. So next time you see me, I might bust this boy out and have the mat there. Holy shit, the police were randomly at my door. What the fuck is this, July? Oh my God. Facial reconstruction is running now. Thanks to RIP Lumi's wallet this time, that time. all the times. I've been okay this year. So I bought Kair, the green bonsai board. That was an extra that I wasn't supposed to get, but it was 50% off. I don't know what you want from me. I've only bought 3 boards this year. Which, if you've seen how many boards I have, that's a really good number. Oh, that's not true. 4, because I got the Zeo cycle 8. Never mind, I lied. 4, but that's still a smaller number than last year. The Neo 70 and the Neo 80 went on sale last year, so let me tell you, I had a time with that. But anyway, what I will say is, aesthetics are my thing. I love decorating my boards. I love naming my boards. My eventual dream actually is to give someone an artist. What was last year's final count? Oh God. I don't know. I feel like telling you is maybe not a good idea. Let me see if I can in fact count. Because some of the boards I bought last year, I'm only getting this year. I purchased this last year. So I only just now got it. So let's see. Oh no. Maybe 8. I don't think it was as much as 15. 15 would be like half of my boards. Almost half of them. That would be almost half of my boards. So no, it's not higher. It's not higher. I would say it's about 8 maybe. Cause the Cycle 7 came out last year. The Neo 70 came out last year, and those were half of my board purchases just because they were so cheap. LMAO, all right, I choose to believe you. Please do actually believe me. Please do actually believe me. What I will tell you is that the reason why I got as many boards last year as I did is because the majority of the projects I went for were small or had bundles with like shipping percentage off or something like that. Like QWERTY Keys does that with their Neo boards. They'll combine shipping on some stuff if it's from the same account. If you get more than one, it depends. Okay, really quickly, before we break into the keycap, I'm gonna pull another card and answer another question. Oh, this one is a question for other people about me, so I'll leave that today. It's about my style, and I literally just talked about how my style goes in a million fucking directions, so maybe not that. What's the wisest thing anyone ever told you? The wisest thing anyone ever told me. Okay. If you're going back and forth on a decision, flip a coin. Either you'll be okay with the answer you get or you won't. Either way, you'll know what to do. That's some pretty fucking decent advice that I've gotten. And there are like more eloquent ways to put that advice in terms of, like knowing yourself so you know if you're making the right decision. But I feel like that's a pretty good rule of thumb said in like a very simple, understandable, digestible way. Very great. Never eat yellow snow. Second place for me would be I just had it like at the top of my head. I literally was just going to say it for my number 1 and then changed my mind to that. Oh, yes. Try everything once to see if you like it, and then try it again to make sure. Actually good advice. Especially because sometimes your interests or whatever you're into changes over time. For me, that was good advice of the sexy variety. However, it does also work for other things. The spicy variety. All right, so let's get to putting shit on here. I actually want to see what's, okay. I want to see what's in the, because I have a novelty kit or an additional kit. Yeah, this is the novelties. I'm going to look at the novelties first just so I can plan. I got to be able to plan what I'm putting where. Alphas and stuff I'll leave alone, but mods are where it's at for novelties. Mine chat shit get oh my god. This is true. Start nothing won't be nothing is also a pretty good piece of advice, but I usually keep to my own devices anyway. So like, even though I'm sure that advice is wisdom to some people, it is not necessarily wisdom to me. I actually do be minding my own business. These are all very common British proverbs. So yeah, chat for us it's just talk shit get hit, but we have that here. That's, I feel like there's versions of that in a lot of places, but chat is decidedly very British. Oh hell yeah, we're definitely doing novelties. That's crazy. Okay, these novelties look good. Let me just lift them up so you guys can see them a little better. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Alrighty, I definitely want novelties for these. I like the aesthetic of the white eyes better, but I want accent keys, so we're definitely going for I'm not gonna hold you out. I didn't even check to see if that was correct. If that was the correct link. Somehow I managed to eyeball it. Oh yeah, okay, that sounds good. That does not sound terrible. I'm enjoying that. Is this too short? It might be too short. Oh shit. No, that is the correct length. Look at me eyeballing the novelties. Novelties usually fuck me up in terms of eyeing things. What is the regular caps? No, I don't. No, I'll take this one. And oh, I did not put step caps on. So let's change that right now. Change that to step caps. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I actually just never remember which position is step cap, so I'm constantly making guesses and then being wrong. Fuck. There we go. Are the shifts just... There's no red novelties for the shifts? Oh, I guess not. I see. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna come... What do we want for... Is this backspace? I assume it is, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, that's backspace. Okay. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that top row. We'll figure that out. I'm not sure. Okay, we'll come back to the rest of these when I get to bottom row, because for bottom row, I don't know how I'm gonna orient this at all. Let's revisit. Let's do this first. Not a fan of the base kit mods, but the novelties are good. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I got the novelties, but also I love the idea of this set so much. Also, I will say now that there's no police interviewing me for nonsense. This board is so cool. The keys are so neat. I also think they are neat. The fact that this here, it has a little angry face on the escape. Oh, that's so cute. I was actually thinking of replacing this, but I'm definitely not gonna replace it now. So I guess it is what it is. actually not. I might keep the tab from the regular. Okay, let's not be crazy here. Let's not be crazy. I think I'm gonna keep tab. Because it's not completely unlike the pipe key in terms of design, so I think I'll keep that. Also, because I almost literally never in my life built TKLs, I completely skipped the Afro. Like, I just didn't give a fuck about I just have so few. Why are we like this? Why are we struggling? I can't just put things wherever I want. I can't just put things wherever I want, okay? I'm probably gonna replace a couple of these with novelties, and I put it on sideways. Am I drunk? Am I drunk? I think I am drunk. I'm a drunk person right now, literally in front of you. You're sold now? I realize I haven't hydrated. Let me take a sip from my hydration liquid. Yeah, that's good. That's good hydration. Yeah, this is hot. So here's the thing. I have TKLs that I enjoy. I have a few of them, but some of them I just haven't gotten used to using yet. So the QK80, the feel is like okay, but it doesn't spark joy when I type on it. I may need to find some other switches to put in there. But also, I just, you know, I don't think there are many TKLs that I own where the size of the board is worth the inconvenience of, like, the board's not cool enough to justify how much of a issue it is to carry around, because those are some big ass fucking boards. I just realized this did not come with a hard case, so I will have to buy one. Damn. Okay, well, it do be like that. But I think this is probably gonna be the first. So either my TKOs are too special for me to take in normal spots, or they're not special enough. This is always the issue that I have with them. So my very first TKO was a Aru TKO. And I love the Aru. The Aru is great. It is fantastic. I am a big fan of the Aru. However, it's such a specialized board that it's impossible not to draw attention when I take it places. And moreover, it has SA keycaps on them. So it's just a loud board. It's an inconvenient board to travel with because it's very disruptive. The Aru is gorgeous. It's my #1 board to take the meetups. I literally was obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh as a teen, so I had to get it. I have zero regrets. They'll never take me alive. They'll never make me hate Yu-Gi or Atem. However, for taking out to places casually, not sure if that's the board for that, you know? I have a Mr. Suit, and I finally think I perfected it to get it exactly the way that I want. But I actually have a friend who uses it for work. Do I want the... I do like the page up, page down keys. I don't know if I want the home and end to stay. Oh, I think I might have put that on there wrong. Fuck, how do we get here already fucking this up? Yeah, I sure did. Sure did put this on wrong already. There we go. I gotta see if I'm gonna put the same thing on those, because I don't know. These look a little suspect to me. Must have heart of the keycaps, yes. So yeah, that was a dream board for me. I got my I hate to say it this way because this is like, I know this is gonna sound super arrogant, but my in-game board was one of the first that I bought, actually. If there was a board that would have ended the game for me, it would have been the Aru. Because I actually just enjoy, like, I literally have the logo for Yu-Gi-Oh! Tattooed on my back. Oh, fuck. Miscounted. I always want to put Y on the 5th key instead of the 6th. It is definitely the 6th key, and I do this every fucking time. I do it every fucking time. But yeah, I was like a really big fan. I have a dual disc, before anybody asks. Yes, I do. I did not play the card game though, because I knew that would be a sink of my money and I needed to keep it for other hobbies. I was a poor teenager, so, as most are. But yeah, so that was basically my end game there. Like, I scraped together every bit, you know. I had a couple of like starter boards that were like cheap Chinese boards to practice on, and to like practice modding, because modding was really big at the time. However, when I got my big boy board, my first big boy board was literally the board of my dreams. So if there was a board that was gonna stop me from being reckless in this hobby, it would have been that one, and it wasn't. So I'm just crazy is what it is. That's pretty sweet. The power of the keycaps give Lumi unbelievable power. I do get unbelievable power from the keycaps, yes. This is coming together so well. This board looks exactly like how I thought it was gonna look. I am so happy. Oh, cool. Bard, F and J in the base kit. Love it, love it, love it. And I can tell that I am gonna like the sound of this board. I was worried about it maybe not being as, I guess like as clacky because of the palm over aluminum. Most people would just go for aluminum if they want a loud board, but I want it to be loud and I need the sound to be curved enough to have what I like. If it's just obnoxious, then to me that's not fun, right? Like, it's gotta be a little more than that. And we still got good flex in here too. I can like see it moving. It's hard to from your point of view because you're straight down, but I can actually see there's a little bit of flex in here while typing. I gotta push down kind of hard to get it though. All right. And then we'll see about the novelties. We'll see about the novelties. What I like is that from certain angles, I actually can't see my keycaps underneath. Oh, I'm sorry, not my keycaps, my switches underneath. Oh, shoot. One over again. And goes next to B. There we go. I just wasn't looking at what was in my hands. Okay. And then that's probably 6.2. I think that's the 6.25 bar, but I'm just gonna check it. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, let me take a second. Oh, arrows. Do we have novelty arrows? Probably not. No, I don't think we have novelty arrows, so I guess I'll keep these. I guess. That's not what I want to do in my life, though. If I can replace these with something else, I might do it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. We're definitely gonna put novelties in that bottom row though, because these are not 100% it. I don't hate it, I just am not a super huge fan of it. Okay, we have more stuff here. Are there alternate arrows? There are alternate arrows, actually. It's alternate red arrows, but I do actually like that better than the white ones here. So let's go. Let me get this in here, pull this up. Alrighty. I'll just set these to the side for now. I can tell you that with the novelties, there are not red novelties for the arrows. So I'll probably just keep these. We got a second BM base here. That's super cool. And then they got scooped F and J for those who prefer that. The space bar is also in here. So that's the majority of the board there. Now I just gotta make novelty decisions. Come on. There we go. That actually sounds pretty good. I didn't get completely fucked with the stabilizer, so that's good. All right, let's see those novelties. I want a red escape key so I can have some pizzazz. So I guess we'll go with this. And they've given me some interesting Are these R1? They are not. Okay. So I gotta decide what I want to do, I guess. Okay. I can't eyeball the length of these keys. I'm gonna have to do my best, I guess. Let's see. Oh, that was actually correct. Okay, so here's normally how I do this. I'll usually do control, just because control Alt delete depending on how I'm reaching over. And then I usually will do Windows and Alt. But I don't think they have another key that I can use for the same length that would be different for Alt. Maybe, oh, I could use, those look the same size. I could potentially do that actually. I might be able to get away with these. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, I can get away with these, so we'll do that. That's pretty good. Next question is, do I want to replace some of these? I think I do. I do think I do. We've got 3 of these here. So I'm gonna replace 3 of these up here. How do I want to do this? I could just go F4, F8, F12, call it a day. Keep it simple. It'll feel really, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. That's fine. If I want it to be symmetrical though, I might take that F1 off maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I've got enough of these to do like the first one here. I've had full novelty F-row keys, so like not being able to read them doesn't really bother me. I just want it to look nice, to be completely honest with you. If I can tell which F, I mean, like you can literally count to tell which F key it is, so. Okay, and I think I have enough. Oh, get in there. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'll take 3 of these. That one is this a, that is actually an R2. One of these looks like an R1. Nope, nope. Sure isn't, sure isn't. Did they only give me 2 R1s? Possibly. I can't really be mad at that, to be honest. Okay, how do I want to do this then? I definitely want this here. I want this here. I want the symmetry of some sort, right? That's what I'm going for. Oh, that is so short. I literally cannot. That is also so short. Good lord. Good lord. They all look so tall from the side profile, and then when I pick them up, it's like the reflection of the tray, maybe. Any more in here? Definitely not. Definitely not. Shoots. Shoot, 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 shoot. It's just me being ridiculous. I'm almost sorry that I'm like this, but not quite. No, that's also a bottom row. That would be like for Sangan, which this has, but I'm winkeyless. Fuck. I need something else to go there. What is in? It's gonna look weird, isn't it? It is. It is. That looks weird. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I can see the height difference immediately. I can't live like that. That's not a life that I can live. Good Lord. Please come out. I can't stand to look at you. Leave the F keys. Put the novelties on print, pause, grow, and the blank looking XT ones on home and insert del. You drive a good bargain. You drive a good bargain. I'll at least steal some of that idea. Because the issue is, I do actually like these for page up, page down. So let's see. Novelties. Home and insert del. Oh, I know that's not what you were. Yeah. You right. I see it. I see what's happening here. I see the vision. It took me a second. I had to think about it. I had to visualize it in my brain. I see it. I am picking up what you were putting down. This also looks like it'll make a good print screen. Print screen one. I'm actually cool with that. I like that plan. Thank you so much. Clownfish, you're so helpful. But with the king is what I see. Yeah. No, I see it. Sometimes if I like the keys well enough, I can just gung-ho and do whatever the fuck anyway. But this isn't one of those times. Cool. The thing is, if they had even just one other novelty, even if it was out of place and it was an R1, I would have considered it. Like just making it do what it do. But if it's just that one standing out, it would actually drive me crazy. I have to go whole hog with doing something completely out of the box, or, you know, like just say fuck it. Okay. And then I'll just take these two because these are obviously R2. We'll just do it that way and call it a day. No one's gonna know. Yeah, and these are all bottom row keys, so I can't do that. Good enough. I feel like I'm just gonna suffer. I will suffer this. This is fine. This bothers me less than the one key being shorter. Okay. Let me find the top to this. Alrighty. I've got a couple builds that are full novelty FRL, so I feel, yeah. Novelty, like I said, the novelty FRL does not bother me. Can absolutely do. But what I can't do is just the one. It'll drive me crazy. There have been times where chat has pushed me to do it on stream, and I'll use the board off stream for literally like a half an hour and be like, oh nah, that's not life. That's not what life is like. All right, so here we go. This is our board. I do not have a name for this board yet. I'm going to try to give this board an angel themed name. And part of the reason why I am doing that is because I have a duality on the way at some point. So this is like the counterpart build to the duality that I have. I'm going to plug this in real quick just so that we can see. You can see the little light on the sides here. That's pretty dope because the diffusers are doing their job. There's not light leak here the way I thought it would be. This is actually fine. Chat can definitely be wrong. I do try to give people a chance though, you know. I'll try it out, see how it works. So this is nice. I'll have to go through the key map and cycle this around, put it on a color I like or whatever. But I'm such a big fan of the fact that only these things glow and only these things glow on the side. When I was using the XO70, there's like a little badge that has underglow on it. And I really, really wish that I could get it to just do the underglow on the badge. But you can't do it without like being a whiz at GMK, or I'm sorry, GMK, at QMK. And I don't know how to do that, so I gave up. But this is nice that it's pre-programmed to do that. Damn, you went hard last year on your what? I sure did. When I tell you, I was eating ramen and staying in the house, I sure was. I sure was. But it'll all be worth it when I have it in my hands. I got the Raven SE too because I wanted the black and red as a counterpart to this. I've been planning since they launched this to get it. The duality was a shock, but I loved it, so I decided I would just eat soup and ramen. Yeah, I basically sunk all of my funds into keyboarding and didn't indulge any of my other hobbies. So this year I'm backing off of keyboard so I can do other things. All right. This is the build really quick before we do like our little sound test. I am gonna just show off the side profile of the board. Let's see if we can get that in there. It's looking hot. I just built this, so we're immediately gonna fucking ruin it with our fingerprints. Isn't it great? It just, the mirror is so good. Mirror finish so good. And then just, you know, same thing over here. I love the LED leak section right there. That's so good. So good. I love this so much. This is exactly what I wanted. It cost me extra parts, but it was worth it. This is it. It's very rare that I actually get my keycaps in time for the final version of a build to be done when I build it on stream. But that's what this is. Fantastic. Love it. All right. So let's turn our music down once again. We're gonna drop this mic so that you guys can hear some things. And we're gonna do some tippy typing. Some tippy typing. All right, here we go. Actually, maybe that's a little too. Maybe the mic's a little a little too close. A little too close, you know. Is alt key the right row? I was gonna have this one be alt and this one be Windows because I usually just reassign a Windows key. But it doesn't matter. I can map it however I want. It's not a big deal. I can swap over or whatever. All right. Oh, you mean is it the right row? Like, is it the? It should be. Oh, maybe it isn't. Oh shit, it's not. I'm leaving it though. I like this. I'll deal with it. This I can deal with. Because if I just have, they are in fact not the right row. You were correct, Clownfish. Okay, here we go. No, you're correct. You're correct. You are right. I actually just care less about this than I did that. So we're rolling with it. Alrighty, here we go. All right. I forgot to toggle my model so that my mouth wouldn't do things, but it is what it is. This is where we are at this point. There we go. Nice. Yes, I'm very happy with this. I'm shocked that I had less of a difficult time with this than literally any other board that I've put together in the last month or two. What I remember is Clownfish having to help me because I was struggling. This was a relatively simple build despite it being a beautiful, elegant board. I'm very happy with it. All right, guys. I suppose I'll end the stream there. Normally, I try to ramble a little bit, give a little time for like an outro or something. But since I am low energy and also we're coming up on 4 hours, crazy. I'm so happy. I actually think for once I won't have to change anything about a board after I've built it on stream. I'm so content. I'm so content. IDK, what you mean? You did great. Thank you. The encouragement helps. Alrighty. Thanks for joining me again today, friends. It's gonna definitely be like a week and a half before I stream again, if that. My eyes are doing pretty good, but I just have like a family trip coming up. So I'll be out of the state, somewhere else on the moon. But when we come back, I'm probably gonna build my Neo 80. I was supposed to get Cam Bouquet Keycaps so that I could build my sonnet, but we haven't gotten those yet. So we're just sitting here. We did like a whole week or 2 weeks of playing Phoenix Wright for anyone who missed it. So I'm gonna build a couple boards before we go back to that. I helped very little. You were definitely super duper helpful with the Metro Alice 90. And you put me in contact with someone that could put like give me Lele Lab without me having to download it. So that was great. You are actually fantastic. Clownfish #1. I'm about it. Okay, guys. Again, thanks for keeping me company. I really appreciate you taking time and attention span to give me your ears and your eyeballs in some cases. And I hope to see you guys sooner rather than later. I'm gonna keep extra close eye on all of my eyes so that I don't injure them while I'm out and about. Really like my Neo 80, by the way. So I also like my I have the QK80. I like that. The Neo 80 I'm looking forward to. I want to see what the differences are between them, other than the ball catch thing. I hope you. Yes, I think that I will. I'm pretty sure I will. Alrighty, guys. Remember that no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Remember that you are important and to take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your week, your weekend. If things suck, remember that things sucking does not mean that you suck. Hang in there. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.